Hey everyone, welcome to the Anonymous Gamers. I'm your host, AvatarAidan, here with my friends KibbsMcGibbs and Knackstar.
Hello.
What's up?
What's up?
It's me. Back again once again to ruin everyone's day.
You do have the hot takes.
I mean, I do get to talk about literally like every game today. Minus
And
like maybe one.
About like, there's 15, minus 3, about 4/5.
And I'm here to say I've played about half of that a lot today, looking at this list.
Yeah.
So, this was originally going to be part 2, but, one of our friend Protector couldn't make it today, this today, so, this is going to be part 1 instead. We're going to do part 2 in the next session. So, should we do backwards or should we do in the list I gave us? I'm fine with either.
I don't care, man.
Okay.
I mean,
Sure.
backwards might have more logical flow, but the randomized list could be more fun.
Keep the listeners on
We
their
should
toes,
at least
you know?
establish like what range this is that we're doing. That we're covering the back half of the year, because all the games that Protector played came out in the front.
Yeah.
half of the
So this is all going to be the back half of the year from June to November, because I don't think we played any games that came out in December. Right? I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
Little Goody Two Shoes came out in December.
Okay, then. Okay.
No, that was
then,
October,
then,
I think.
then June to this.
Wait, was it?
I don't know, man. I think so.
Yeah, I guess it was. I thought this game didn't exist to me until like December, when I just kind of saw it like manifest out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then you gifted it to me.
yeah.
Okay, we're talking June to November. It sounds like. I'm pretty sure.
December's not real. Let's go.
Yeah. What the fuck is it, December? But I think we should give our thoughts on 2023 as a whole first. Like, not like specific games, but like our thoughts on like this general year in terms of games, the game culture, like all that kind of stuff.
I think this was. I mean, a lot of people have been saying it. I think this was a pretty good year for games. If we're talking about games specifically.
Yeah. It's kind of been a stellar year, actually. I think this is going to be the next like 2017, you know.
I feel like this one's more stacked than 2017 though, because 2017 was definitely, because I think 2017 was carried by the Switch mostly. I feel like
There's some pretty big non-Switch stuff.
I mean, there was some pretty big non-Switch stuff in 2017, like Persona 5, Horizon, and
Yakuza 0.
Nier Automata.
Yeah,
But that's mostly
Automata.
PlayStation. Like, this is a year where Xbox actually released some shit.
You got Sonic Mania too that year, right? Was that... Yeah.
We got
Dig
Sonic Forces that year.
Oh, I love that game. That is probably a top 5 Sonic game.
Oh god.
Yeah, gotta say.
Off to a great start, guys. Sonic Forces is good. So,
But like, I don't actually hate Sonic Forces. I
mean, it's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I think we should do I think if we want to have more fun, since Knack said if we have more fun, I guess we could just do the randomized list then. I mean, I don't mind.
I demand more fun. Yeah.
So that means I start, and then you guys, then kids can join in for the next game. So I played Sonic Superstars this year because obviously Sonic fans gotta play a Sonic game. So my thoughts are that So pre-release, I thought. Oh wait, I should probably have the timer.
Get the timer out.
Get the timer. Give me a second.
So we don't spend like 20 minutes talking about whatever.
Okay. Wow, I forgot the timer. We forgot the rule we set at the end of the last session. Okay, stopwatch. There we go. Start. Okay, Sonic Superstars. So, pre-release, I thought this is going to be interesting because it's not made by Sonic. It's made by Arzus. They're known for Balan Wonderworld, and we all know how well that game turned out.
10 out of 10.
10 out. Demo. Play the demo. That's all you need to do if you want to know.
Yuji Naka's crying in his cell right now.
Yeah. Alan actually gave me a headache. I had to stop playing. I didn't finish the demo.
Oh god. But this is made by Arzus. They're known for stuff other than Balan Wonderworld. It's just that Balan Wonderworld comes to mind mostly. I'm pretty sure they worked on something else, but it doesn't come to mind right now. They probably worked on some Nintendo games. Oh yeah, they did do a We Play Motion minigame. That's right.
They made
I'll look up their
New
catalog
Island,
since I don't have anything to say on Sonic Superstars specifically. And see if
They made Hey
it's noteworthy
Pikmin.
in there.
They made a Pikmin. But so I had little to no expectations with Sonic Superstars because I'm not gonna say I'm like the 2D fans are like, oh, it's not made by the Mania team. It's just that seeing the footage just didn't inspire much in me. Mostly, it was more so a game where it's like I don't want to pay $60 for it. I'll just wait for it to come on sale. Come Black Friday, it was $35. I bought it. I played it when I had COVID, and it's pretty good. I will say the worst aspect of it is the bosses. Like, yeah, Sonic bosses aren't usually all that good, but something about the ones in Superstars are just really bad. Like, in the worst case of classic Sonic, the length to hit the boss isn't that bad, but in Superstars, it's more than half a minute and it's really bad. Like, what makes Sonic fun is its fast pace, and the bosses just hold that. And like, it's not like something where like, oh, you can master it and then you can hit them multiple. No, they have long invincibility frames after you hit them. Like, it's probably to do with the co-op feature of Superstars, which is, I don't even think Sonic should have co-op to begin with. But if you ignore that, it's just a solid 2D Sonic game. Like, it's got well done level design. They have multiple characters to play as. It's a devising exploration. They nailed the physics. Like, that's one of the problems with most 2D Sonic games. It's like they either try to do something different or they just don't replicate the classic games well enough. And I think they did it very well. I think the game has a very it's 2.5D, but it has a very like Klonoa look to it with its like art design and set pieces. The music's pretty middling for Sonic standards. Like, there's some bangers in there, like Speed Jungle and Bridge Zone. Is that what's called? Bridge Zone? I'm pretty sure it's Bridge Zone. But just listen to the T Lopes tracks and not the Jun Senoue Genesis recreation tracks, and you'll be fine with the soundtrack.
Well, if we want to talk about their soundtrack real quick, looking at their catalog, they are the devs that made Yoshi's New Island.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Banger after banger in that one.
But I don't know, I just really enjoyed Superstars. Like, I don't have much to say on it. It's just a solid Sonic game. I wouldn't say it's above the likes of 1 or 3K, but I definitely played over 2 in CD. And I made Sonic fans pissed again. Didn't one of y'all pick it up one day or something? Or am I thinking of someone else?
My roommate was like, "You can play the game if you want to. I got a copy of it." And I was like, I think I'll do that. And then I went downstairs and I grabbed the case and I looked at it, put it back down. I was like, not today.
Vietnam Flashback to the Frontier.
There's only one Sonic game I've played in the last 5 years. And we'll talk about it in the next part.
Foreshadowing.
But yeah, that's really it about Sonic Frontiers. Fuck! Superstars!
I don't want to talk about Frontiers anymore.
It took less than 5 minutes for that! Let's go! This is gonna work out. Okay. Okay, Kibbs. Okay, start. Kibbs.
Oh,
wait, sorry.
Me.
Start. Okay. Kibbs?
What?
Let's talk about Bomber Cyberfunk.
No.
Bruh.
Next game. Alright, Bomber Cyberfunk is really good. I've never played Jet Set Radio or Jet Set Future or Jet Grind. I don't know how the series works.
No, how it works. So
Jet
Grind Radio is just what's called in America. In Japan, it's called Jet Set Radio. So when you say Jet Set Radio, you're talking about both Jet Set Radio and Jet Grind Radio. And then it's Jet Set Future. There's only 2 games.
That's such a whack name choice.
But it's called Jet Set Radio Future in every region, right?
Yeah,
I think so. Yeah.
We just weren't ready for the set, I guess. But
I finally played Jet Set Radio, so I have some experience with Bomb Rush with the eyes of a Jet Set Radio player.
Yeah. You go ahead.
Okay. So A lot of people tell me that so it's a lot like Jet Set Radio. So, what I didn't think Jet Set Radio at first when I was looking at the game because I saw the combo meter and the multiplier, and I thought Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And what friends have told me is that it's kind of a mix of Jet Set and Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. And I think it works better. So I haven't played a Tony Hawk game in like 15 years. I feel old. But playing Jet Set, I think it's better than Jet Set. Because my problems with Jet Set is that the controls are very floaty. Like, it feels like you're jumping on the moon in that game. And it's it's not all that complex. You only have your jump, your spray, and your speed up button. And that's really it. But with Bomb Rush, you, and also Jet Set Radio had QTE spray can. You needed to QTE the not QTE. Fuck. Is it QTE?
Quick time event?
Yeah, quick time event. Yeah, sorry.
It's a QTE.
Yeah. But you have QTEs to spray them. I would prefer in Bomb Rush where it's you make a pattern to get a specific spray. Like, I like that. It's simple. It's simple, but it can also be complex. Like, it works. And honestly, the most fun I had with this game was just trying to rack up the score because it was just so satisfying to pull off the moves. Like, it's probably my favorite. It's probably my favorite feeling game of this year.
It feels super smooth, and it's definitely not going to be the Pro Skater allegations because every single person that I showed the game to was like, "Oh, it's just like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater," and I'm like, "Well, yeah, I guess, but it's supposedly a successor to this other game," and so.
I like to see it as a mix of both.
Yeah. No, it's super fun. I love that aspect of it, though. I spent a lot of time also just doing a bunch of tricks. With when it came to like making the patterns, I went out of my way to memorize the patterns that I liked, so I can be like, I'm gonna put this specific one everywhere I can. And I love that.
Also, we gotta give a shout out to the soundtrack by Hideki Naganuma.
That soundtrack is insane. I would never, like, in my right mind, listen to it, like, in any other circumstance. But when I'm playing the game, it just works. I don't know what it is. It just works, you know?
I think Hideki Naganuma's, like, the game soundtracks he's worked on, he has that certain sound to it that you just can't find anywhere else.
Yeah, and it just really fits the game on the whole.
I had get enough in my head for the past like few months. I need help.
It's a good song. It's really
such a
good.
really good. It's catchy, upbeat. It's just so good. I think the one problem I have with Bomb Rush that keeps it from being like one of my like top 5 of this year is that the combat's really bad.
The combat is cheeks.
The game puts you in like certain combat rooms or like certain segments where you have to fight the guards, and I'm like. It doesn't fit with that kinetic flow that Bomb Rush has.
Yeah, once again, the police coming in for whatever.
Also, this is also just like, having played Jet Set Radio, it's not as crazy as Jet Set Radio. Let me explain it. So, Jet Set Radio, obviously you're graffiti artists and you're graffitiing all over the place trying to like take over Tokyo, basically. There's no crazy shit like government conspiracy theories or summoning the demon lord with a record. Like, there's none of that crazy shit in Bomb Rush. It's just the police go insane. That's it. I need more of that insane shit.
There's some pretty insane things that go down in Bomb Rush that make no sense at all whatsoever.
Well, obviously decapitation.
While it's not like... Well, it's probably not as crazy as Jet Set Radio. Like, there are just things that happen. And I went, okay. Yeah.
The mind sections were definitely trippy as fuck.
It reminded me of Super Mario Sunshine.
Oh god, my dad's vacuuming shit. I'll just put this through a noise reduction. I think the only other thing I have to say with Bomb Rush is that get it. That's literally just get it. It's the closest. Well, I mean, we're already getting a Jet Set Radio 3, like they announced at the Game Awards, but like,
I'm stoked for that.
I need to play Future as soon as possible, and now that I have a retro tank and an original Xbox, I can do that. I just need $70.
You need $70, yeah.
I just need $70 with and I'm what's it called? Oh yeah, penniless college student. But yeah, Bomb Rush, highly recommend it. It's not one of my all-time favorites of this year, but it's definitely like top 10 material. It's really damn good.
Yeah, it's pretty high up there for me. I'm not sure. I played a lot of bangers this year, so it's hard to say what the top 5 is because it's super like.
It's a super stacked year, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was super stacked. So, but it's up there for sure. It's up there.
Yep. Okay. Okay, now then, let's talk about well, you two talk about Little Goody Two Shoes.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I have not finished this game yet. I do want to state that up front.
Mm-hmm.
I just finished Wednesday for all you kids at home who have played Little Goody Two Shoes. This game rules. It's really good, actually. It is a throwback to the hottest RPG Maker horror games of the 2010s, with just like I guess I would say a really good like shoujo art style that's kind of like powering the whole thing. It's aggressively gay.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like I gotta throw that out there. But nah, it's great. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to finish it, but
You do.
So far, me and my friend Rosen Marine, we're getting very close.
How's that going?
You know, she's fine. She's nothing to worry about there.
Okay.
I have not seen any footage of this game. Please describe it to me.
So I knew nothing about this game going, and I'll let Kibbs take over from here.
Yeah, have you have you played an RPG Maker horror game? You know, anything like Mad Father, Ebe,
I played Omori, if that counts.
I guess it. Yeah, that could count.
Similar-ish vein, but it's not quite what this is going for.
Yeah, it's kind of like a top-down game. You kind of wander around and the game is broken up into like 2 different sections. You kind of just wander around a town, talk to people, spend time with your favorite person, and then it gets a little crazy at nighttime. Things get a little quirky.
Hey, can you say?
This just sounds like Persona for you.
I was about to say, can you say it's the Persona of RPG horror?
I'm hearing this. I'm like, this is basically Persona.
I was told Dragon Quest Monsters 2 is the Persona of the Dragon Quest series, and I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this anymore. But no, and then, the nighttime things get a little more silly, and then that's kind of where the more horror aspect comes in, where the RPG Maker horror roots really come in, and there's no real like combat. It's mostly you just run around. So if there's anything scary, you just run away from it.
It does get to like my one criticism with this game, actually.
It's probably the same one I have.
Can your character movement be a little slippery sometimes?
Oh yeah, it just feels it feels kind of fine until you're in a moment where it is crucial that you move correctly.
I did a section earlier that, without going into too much details, involved controlling 2 characters at once.
Yeah. It's pretty fun. Yeah. Also, there are moments where it'll look like something won't hurt you, and like you get too close, and it's like, how did that hit me? But
yeah, there are times it felt like I was getting like magneted into spikes, even though I could have sworn I judged my distance correctly.
You know, I'd like to think that's part of the madness going on in the game. You know, just like I'm giving it a pass for that alone. But yeah, that's the one thing I think is weak about it. I really like the story. Oh, this is also important. I don't know if I told you this, Knack, but I think you probably do this anyways. Save on different files.
Oh yeah, I'm rotating.
Yeah. Rotating save files is very important.
The moment I saw there were like 10 endings, I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
Like there's 10 fucking
Yeah.
endings? What is this,
Yes.
Chrono Trigger?
Not to go too deep into it, realistically, I think you could be completely satisfied experiencing maybe like 2 to 3 endings, depending. Yeah, you just gotta be very careful, and there are. It's a little. It's a problem I have with a lot of games that have multiple endings. It's a little too easy to get locked out of things.
Yeah. I mean, I've been pretty thorough so far, so I feel like I'm on the right track.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's really good. I'm gonna revisit it because I'm gonna revisit it. I got an ending that I was not particularly pleased with. And so I'm gonna go back and do a little bit of research and then kind of be like, okay, I'm kind of pick and choose what I want to do. But it's one of my favorite games that came out this year. I'd say I played a lot of games this year. It's definitely in my top 10 for like the 2023 releases. Which I mean doesn't sound like, oh yeah, top 10, but I played like 25, 30 games that came out this year.
That's a problem.
I'm
at
responsible.
Least plan to play it one more time because I want to do Leb's route after this because Leb seems really cool and I've kind of ignored her on this run.
Yeah, I wanted to go through with Leb and I went with Elise and just because I was like, oh, it's like I like her, she's cute. And then
wait, Elise, do you mean Freya? Elise is our character.
Oh yeah, sorry, Freya. My brain. Yeah. I wanted to, and then I was after doing a couple things with Freya, I was like, okay, I want to go with Leb now. And then I was like, no, it's probably too late. So I just doubled down.
Yeah, it feels like you really only have enough like time resources to like max out one character, at least so far. I don't know when the game ends. I have an assumption, but we'll see.
I don't know if it's like they will lock you out of talking to the other people if you spend too much time with one within the first couple of like opportunities.
I have noticed I can only hang out with Rose and Marine.
Yeah. I wanted to spend time with Leb and then it just kind of wouldn't let me. And I was like, am I dumb? So I wasn't sure. But yeah. You know, I quite enjoyed this game. It was a surprise. I saw it. I heard it was really good. Picked it up kind of on a whim, and it ate up a week. You know, it just that's all I did.
And then I got it as a random gift from someone in this call, and I'm like, all right, why not?
It was me. It was Protector.
I bet it was probably from someone really handsome.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah, but it's been fun. I've been going a bit slower. I play it. I've pretty much just been doing like a day every Sunday, so I'm kind of crawling through it. But it's been nice. I like it.
I love the aesthetic.
I watch the opening every time.
That's fair. It's really good. I want to go back and watch the little song.
Oh yeah. So without going too much in detail, Aiden, this game does have a musical number at one point, and it's incredible.
Musicals.
I loved it.
That was the moment I fell in love with the game.
No, me too. I was like, this is the one.
I will definitely put this on my wish list.
I also I love those little like chapter transitions where it does like an anime title card.
Oh, that sounds cool.
The game's just got so much style. I love it.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I gotta say. Everyone should go buy it.
Less than 10 minutes. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay, now we head to the 15 to 20 minutes section with Lethel Company.
Oh, what's this game?
So I think it's kind of like Among Us.
Oh my god. We have to go with the Among Us comparisons already.
yeah, you know it.
I mean, they kind of look like Among Us, but like if you like expanded them, but like
it's not really like Among Us, but also it's it's the new fad. You kind of like Among Us in that regard, but you know.
Lethel Company is, well, for all of y'all watching this, Lethel Company is the kind of like the new Among Us of 2023, where it's like it just came out of nowhere and everyone just started to play it and fell in love with it. Basically, it's not even done yet.
Shout outs to the like 5 people listening to this who have never heard of Lethal Company.
Right.
No, not even just the one. Just that one
Just
kid.
this-
Just that one kid who doesn't have the PC.
Oh, but then how are they
How are they?
they're watching this?
They can watch on their iPhones.
Yes, I hope some iPad kid is listening to us right now.
My bad, kid.
I
But,
hope we're saving some parents.
we've all played this. We all played it with ourselves. We played it with friends. We played it with like other people we don't know who are friends of each. Like we've all played it like a good few hours or a couple tens.
I have, I think, 90 hours in the game.
What the fuck,
I don't have
bro?
that much. I've got. How much
Yeah,
do I have?
Hold on,
let me
let me check mine.
89.6 hours.
Ugh, that's gross. That's gross.
I've got 15.5 hours.
I have 7.5.
You
I
guys
got I got this game. No, I understand why I have less than that because I got it like a few days after Knack got it. I'm pretty sure, yeah. It was like $10 at the time, so it's probably like more now.
Mhm.
But I think we could. Oh wait, no, it's still $10. $10, okay. But Lethal Company. So I think this game, I'm not gonna like it's still early access, so I'm not gonna like say it's game of the year material since it's not officially done. Like if I were to say I played Ultra Kill this year and said it was like my game of the year, that would make no sense because it's not done yet. But this game is really good and it has the potential to be one of the best multiplayer games. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I have 90 hours in it. Obviously, I like it at least a little bit. It just really nails like the comedy aspect of games. It makes it really fun to play with friends because it's not like what can happen in a lot of other multiplayer games where something goes wrong and like there's a capacity for people to get like really upset. I think that it is far less in Lethal Company because most of the time something bad happens. It's just funny. One time I was standing in the main room with my brother Donnie and my buddy Alex, and a snare flea just drops from the ceiling. But if you have a snare flea on your head and you leave the facility, the snare flea dies. And so I was like, guys, check this out. Walk over, snare flea grabs onto my head. I step outside and I step back in, not knowing that Donnie had a shovel ready to save me. I step through the door, he hits me, and I just died instantly. And it's just like, and just the laughter and the screaming of just like, oh, I killed him. It's unparalleled. I was dying of laughter just watching, just spectating from then on as they carried my body down to the ship, and like, I'm so sorry.
So when I play a game like this, I try to be as serious as possible. That's probably the problem with me playing this game. I'm serious with multiplayer games where the aspects like you have to cooperate. So, what's that one moon with the fucking bridge that can collapse?
Val.
Yeah, Val. Every time we're on Val, we're dumbasses. We decided to go on the bridge that can collapse and not, the other one that's stable. And I was playing with some of my friends, and and my friend Vanamelon, I was like 2 people only, and my friends Icky Minuous and Vanamelon just start running and jumping. I'm like, it was so annoying. And then another time we went there, I was like, guys, don't be stupid. I turn around, bridge collapses, and I was like, are you shitting me?
It's so funny.
It's so stupid, but it's so funny to look back. Like one time I was playing with Kibbs, there was a spider. This was before arachnophobia mode, by the way. So there was just a giant fucking spider right there. Kibbs tried to hit it with a shovel. He killed me instead.
That was an accident.
That was not an accident.
I would like to have a lawyer present before we continue this conversation any further.
There are no lawyers. There are no lawyers in this Discord call.
No.
I've played like all the Ace Attorney games. I think I qualify.
I have two.
That's a little too unrealistic.
Even the Japanese only ones.
So the Miles Edwards game.
The second one. Yeah.
Oh, the second one is the only one Japan only. Yeah. Okay. But I also really like the horror aspect. Like, I think what makes horror work is that it's like, no, like jump scares aren't the only way to be scary. That's just making a child scared. What makes horror work is that you get surprised while you're doing something else, I feel. That's why I think Lethel Company works as a horror game, not FNAF, because, well, FNAF's fucking cutesy animatronics. It's not going to work anymore. But more so with Lethel Company, you're actively searching the areas looking for stuff to sell. Like, that's the whole point of the game. You're searching for items to sell and try not to die ringing the bell sometimes.
Yeah.
And just seeing, like, the coil heads just come out of nowhere just freaks you the fuck out. Like, I had moments where I screamed at the top of my lungs, and my brother had to come and be like, please shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
But, like, I think and also it works because, like, you're spectating your friends or colleagues. I just call them colleagues. You're spectating your colleague. It works in game. You're spectating your colleagues, and you just see that, and you can just hear and see their reactions to everything, and it's hilarious.
I think that really lends to everything, because when you're dead, you're not out really, because you have entertainment. You get to watch everyone else scream and cry and panic and realize you're dead.
And you have the menace button.
Yeah. Start making me the asshole.
Make the ship go away.
Pro tip: Lethal Company players, get the button that sends you to random locations of the facility, and just have a person like KibbsMcGibbs, have a person like Kibbs just press the button, and then y'all are fucked.
It's really funny. I figured out the timing. The inverse teleporter takes a little bit longer than the regular teleporter. So if you hit the yellow button, wait a tiny bit, and then hit the red button and teleport someone like to the teleporter, and you stack the inverse and the regular teleporter on top of each other, you can just choose anyone to send them back into the facility, and it's really funny and it's great. Well, I did that to my buddy Jared, and he died instantly because he spawned in front of a turret.
Oh my god. I had a moment where I just had like those things that latch onto your head. You just said them like 5 minutes ago, and I just forgot their names.
The snare fleas.
Yeah, I had a snare flea on my head. I ran at a random location, and I got blasted by a turret.
It's so funny. I love the crazy, stupid, silly stuff that can happen in Lethal Company. It is unparalleled.
I like it when there's someone trying to sell things, and I ring the bell more than 5 times, and they die. It shouldn't be funny, but I call it bell roulette.
The amount of times I have to remind everyone the mechanics of the bell. Like, guys, you hit the bell until the thingy opens, and you step back and shut up.
No, but you can hit it again for like a cool secret.
Yeah.
Cool secret. Oh, I forgot about that actually.
I haven't seen that secret yet. I know about it. I just haven't seen it yet.
Secrets that you die.
There's only one time I've ever done it unintentionally. Most of the time I do it just to be a little shit.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of times that, like, people will do it very, very unintentionally, and they're like, I didn't know what would happen. I'm like, what do you mean? We've been over this.
I just like being the asshole in these types of games, honestly. It's just so satisfying.
Yeah. There's Knack who would be like, oh, guys, we gotta be quiet. And then he'll walk over with a boombox, play it, set it down, and run.
I also love the mod.
I've never done anything bad with the boombox.
Guys, if you want the most entertainment, no, guys, if you want the most entertainment value, there's the mod where you can change the monsters into whatever the mod community come. Like, do you know those like guys who are like black? That sounds racist. Fuck. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Hold on, watch your words carefully here.
The people who are
the Brackens, with the glowy eyes.
Yeah, the brackets with the glowing eyes.
Yeah.
there's a mod I downloaded where I turned him into Goku, and you just have Goku just in the shadows staring at you with glowing eyes.
It's pretty funny. There's one with Freddy Fazbear, and that one's pretty good.
Freddy Fazbear, just Freddy Fazbear as a coil head.
One of my friends.
It just goes like horror.
So, one of my friends, I made the mistake of showing them an Atlas game, and they got absolutely obsessed with Soul Hackers 2 of all games, right?
Oh no.
And Ringo, he just adores Ringo. Ringo's his wife now. And he's like, I'm gonna mod the game to make the coil head Ringo. Because he usually stares at the coil heads whenever a coil head shows up. He's like, I'll stay behind. He's like, so
Did
if I could just stare at Ringo, I don't know if he's done it yet. I haven't been given the latest update because he hasn't played with us in a hot minute. He's like, I'm gonna make a coil head of Ringo, and I'm like,
so what you're saying is
you do that, buddy.
So what you're saying is he's found the end game version of a body pillow.
Yeah.
Oh god. It was Soul Hackers 2 of all games.
It's so funny. It's so
I mean, it's really funny, but it's like Soul Hackers 2 of all games.
Well, it's funny because he played Persona 4 and he couldn't get past the first like 5 hours. I was like, yeah, it was okay, I guess. I don't care.
Well, I mean, the prologue.
Soul Hackers.
I mean, it took you 3 hours just to get to the first boss.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. Oh god, imagine all the people who put Rise as a coil head. Oh god. Let's not open that can at all. but overall, Lethel Company, there's something. I also love the fact that, like, when you're not playing it on Discord, you can still hear the other characters, and like it alterates the volume depending on how close or how far they are. Like, that's really cool.
Oh yeah, the proximity chat.
Yeah.
Proximity audio, I think, is the secret sauce that makes multiplayer games good.
It makes a game immersive as well. That's what also works. That's why RE2 Remake should have won Best Audio Design, but we'll get that late. We'll get that in another session. But no, Lethel Company, really good. Worth the $10 if you have the PC for it.
It's a peak video game. I'm pretty sure it can run on like a potato.
Probably do. Yeah, if your PC turns on, I think you're already halfway there.
Yeah. If you can run Windows 10, I think you're set.
If your laptop can run Sonic Frontiers at the lowest settings possible, then you can play it.
If you're PC, then you can play it.
That works, yes. That works.
Yeah.
Okay, so welcome to the first. Oh, it's not a Kibbs only section. Oh, that's weird. Ghost Trick.
Let's go.
Yeah, no, I played this too. Come on.
I thought it was a Kibbs only section game, okay?
Yeah, there's gonna be a chunk of this where I'm just gonna talk for like 20 minutes about like 30 different games.
Please don't.
I think of all the games that we're gonna be talking about, I didn't play like 4 of them. So
you haven't played 3 of them. Oh,
let's go.
Well, yeah, have you played Baldur's Gate 3?
Yeah.
Okay, no, there's 2 of them then.
Okay, let's go. Yeah, Ghost Trick is it's good. It didn't really stick with me that much. Like, I played it and went, yeah, that's fun. That's it though.
It's a one and done. It's a one and done. Solid 7.
Very happy to finally play Ghost Trick myself.
What is Ghost Trick?
So Ghost Trick was originally a late DS puzzle game made by Shu Takumi, the creator of the Ace Attorney series. And you can definitely tell, and I mean that in the best way possible. It's got all his Shu Takumi-isms in it. There is a fun dog named Missile. Missile's very good.
Wait, is Ghost Trick that detective, that the spirit guy?
Ghost Trick Phantom Detective, that's the name of it.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I think, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
So
I understand
this
what you're talking about now.
was originally a DS game. It got a Switch port last year, after not being on like anything for a while. So
sounds like neat. Sounds like the world's of a few.
So that was very nice. I do wish I had a chance to play the original DS version
Mhm.
because I feel like while I liked how this game felt, it definitely would have been more comfortable on a touchscreen.
It's one of those DS ports where it's like it feels fine enough, but
Yeah.
you need that DS. It's not like Ace Attorney where it's like, oh, you could just you don't need a
Yeah.
stylus for it. Well, except for that
Well,
one.
because Ace Attorney, when I played on the DS, I generally used buttons, right?
Yeah.
So that didn't bother me.
Mhm.
But with Ghost Trick, everything in this game is dragging.
Yeah. It wasn't super noticeable for me in like a bad way for the most part. There were a couple times where I was just like, oh boy, I wish I was playing it on not the Switch. Because it's just like I want to use DS touchscreen.
DS touchscreen was the best thing about gaming.
I liked it a lot for the most part. I do feel this is one of my criticisms. I do feel like there wasn't quite the puzzle crescendo that I was looking for towards the end.
Puzzle crescendo?
Like the kind of idea of like the puzzles building up to kind of like the final like epic one that really tests your knowledge, and I didn't.
So high skill ceiling basically.
Not even that. Just at the end, right? Like at the end, you got like your final like kind of puzzle sequence was more of a story thing than it was a real gameplay thing.
Yeah.
And the ones leading up to it, they introduced like a new gimmick as the game goes on, and that gimmick was okay.
Yeah.
It involves swapping things.
Yeah.
Isn't the gimmick of this game like you're a spirit and you like switch between different objects and you
Yes.
like alternate between them to like get different outcomes?
Yeah, you're a ghost, you move between objects and you do your trick, which is you manipulate the object and then it does a thing. They can be environment altering because you can only travel a very small distance. So the idea is manipulating the scene to kind of get your ghost from one point to another, and typically there's an element of danger. Usually someone is trying to kill someone else in the sequence and your goal is to stop the killing from happening.
Yeah.
So you'll typically set up like some Rube Goldberg contraption that stops the killing from happening. Fixes time. There's a few cool twists in there. Story was solid. I didn't like it as much as Ace Attorney story-wise, but solid.
Was the person who did Ace Attorney right Ghost Trick?
Yeah, Shutakami.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, all I know about Shutakami is that like he does Ace Attorney and he did Dino Crisis before then, and that's it.
And he did Ghost Trick.
I didn't find the story of Ghost Trick to be anything like crazy, anything to write home about. Like if I recommend Ghost Trick to someone, it's gonna be because it's like it's a silly Shutakumi game, and that's really it. The puzzles were fine. I think there were a few puzzles that relied a lot on setup. So there were a couple times where I'm like, oh, I know what I have to do. I just have to take 2 minutes to do it. And I don't want to sit here for 2 minutes doing nothing, waiting for a piece to move to where it needs to be before I can like do the rest of it. And there were a couple times where there was like a timing based thing.
Yeah.
I just missed it a couple of times, and it's like I've spent 5 minutes over the course of like 3 attempts, and that just feels like dead, like just dead air.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, I mean, like the puzzles across the board though are generally pretty good. They're easy. They're basic puzzles. They're not anything crazy. I agree with Knack where like towards the end it's like I didn't feel like that there was a final puzzle. It just there were final moments, but like the last few puzzles were they were more story. Which is fine.
That just sounds like an Ace Attorney thing to me, though I might be wrong.
Because Ace Attorney, though, usually has, like, even if it's not a moment, like, typically the final contradiction is, like, some sort of crescendo, even if it's story-based. In particular, I gotta give shout-outs to the third Ace Attorney game.
Everyone talks about that final case.
The best one!
It is the best case.
They do something... Like, again, it's not like super difficult, but they do something really cool with the final contradiction.
Yeah, I think what's important is like Ace Attorney typically in the final moments, even if it's not difficult to figure it out or find the contradiction or whatever, you feel it. You really feel it. Yeah, and Ghost Trick is just like, you did it, and then like you hear like 3 out of time collapsed as applause, and it's like, okay.
So what you're saying is that when you do the final contradiction Ace Attorney, you feel like you could go to Harvard, but when you do it in Ghost Trick, you feel like a kid watching an Illumination movie.
No. I mean, again, Ace Attorney, it's not that you feel like a genius, it's that you feel really good for having just done it. Like,
yeah,
they just set it up. Like, even if, because sometimes you'll get, like, in the final case, you'll get a piece of evidence and you'll just know that's going to be the final thing.
Mm-hmm.
But when they build up to the moment where you use it, it's like, oh yeah.
It's the payoff. It just
works.
It just works.
It just works. And you know what though? That is also what I will say for Ghost Trick. You know, it was a very hyped up game for me. I liked it, and it did just work. It did what it needed to do, and I had a fun time with it.
Yeah. I'd say I generally had a good time, but I wouldn't put it anywhere near like my favorites.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Okay, now then, y'all want to gush about Super Mario RPG now?
It's so good, man.
Oh, Super Mario RPG is so good.
I want to play it, but I feel like I've been asking for. I want to have a finalized thought on this. Do I need to play the original to play this?
No, not at all.
Did Yoko Shimomura come back and upgrade soundtrack?
She oversaw the music upgrade, and there is a button in the settings to set it to the original soundtrack if you would prefer to listen to that.
I'll just ask for it on my birthday then.
So I think the way that we can do this one is, Kibbs, this was basically your first playthrough of Super Mario RPG, and this was a revisit for me. So how about we let you go first?
So I did play a little bit of the original when I was like 12. I played it for like 30 minutes and went, this sucks, and then just never went back to it. And then I picked it up with 10 years later and with the remake, and it's just so charming. I love the portrayal of Bowser and Peach, and Mallow's a wonderful addition. Everyone always talks up Geno and hypes him up, and like he's definitely cooler than Mallow, but Mallow is just way more enjoyable. And
Mallow's
as a character,
Mallow's a fluffy cowed.
Like Geno, because he can do 9999, and that was really epic to me. No one else can do that.
Yeah. And then Mario is a creature, and it's so funny. I love it.
This is the best incarnation of Mario, period.
Oh, hands down. Like I was expecting it. Before I heard people talk about it, I didn't get it day one. I waited to see what everyone thought about it before I picked it up myself. But I was expecting it to be like an RPG length game, and then no, it's super short. It's compact.
Everyone I hear play this game, they say it's super short, and I'm just like, it's an SNES RPG.
No.
What did you expect?
No.
Okay.
No. SNES RPGs can still go like 25, 30 hours. This is a 15-hour game if you're going for 100%.
Yeah, I finished it in like 11 hours, maybe.
Final Fantasy 4 and 5 can reach that level of length, and sometimes even shorter.
If you know what you're doing.
Yeah, this is like
blind playthrough length.
Yeah, no, I knew nothing about the game, and I cleared it in like 10, 11 hours, and I did a little bit of like extra stuff. Like it is like I know like modern RPGs are obviously like 2 bajillion hours. I was expecting this to be like 20 to 25. And they very easily could have taken what they have and spread it over 20 to 25 hours, but they kept it so compact. Everything was always moving. You were never staying too long in the same place.
And I'm glad they didn't, because it lasts as long as it needs to. Because the one thing I'll say about Super Mario RPG, I don't think the combat is as good in it as either of the series that would shoot off from it.
Yeah, I agree.
But when everything else in the game is so charming, and like the combat's not awful, it's just kind of standard, but it's got the new button presses in it that add some fun stuff. It fires on all cylinders. It's a great game. Really good remake.
Soundtrack is really good.
This is gonna sound weird. I don't it's something about the way the characters look, mainly Mario and Peach, that just puts me off.
So I think when you play the game, it might grow on you because like they look weird in like key art and stuff, and like watching like the little cutscenes they showed off, it's like why does Mario look like that?
Why does Mario look like he got bench pressed?
Yeah, but like playing the game, it's like I couldn't see this looking any other way. And if I could, I wouldn't like it as much, I think, visually speaking.
I also think, with this, why I love this so much, is that this is kind of like, this is a snapshot into what Mario was in, I think it was 94 or 95 when the RPG first came out. Like, he did not have the years of, 96. Yeah. He did not have the years of, that brand presence that we know that little goober as.
Yeah.
Like, that was Mario, that weird, pudgy little creature that ran around. And also, just, that's something I gotta give Super Mario RPG, is just how committed they are to it as this is Mario, but as an RPG. The way that in-universe characters will constantly ask for, proof that you're Mario. And they do the same joke every time, and it's great.
It's funny every time. The first time it happened, I was confused because everything just stopped, and I was like,
the game stops.
And it's like, am I supposed to do something? And then I do it, and I just that's so stupid, but it's so funny.
And the way that Mario communicates in this game,
yes, just like.
Wait, did they? I haven't played the game, but I know about this. Did they keep the 8-bit Mario thing in it, or did they change it? Okay.
Yes, they kept.
Yeah. It's so funny. I love Mario RPG. It's so good.
For the remake, a couple new mechanics that do make the game easier. The game is already pretty easy, so I don't really care about that too much, and I like the limit breaks being there. They're silly. My favorite limit break was, I think it was the Mario Peach Bowser one.
Was limit breaks a thing in the original?
No, they are a new addition, the team attacks.
That just reminds me of Chrono Trigger then.
Also has a new mechanic where the number of action commands you get in a row builds up like a chain that gives you passives based on your party.
That sounds weird.
Gino is really broken in those because he gives attack and speed for some reason.
That's busted as fuck.
Yeah. It adds a ton of new post-game bosses, which I want to talk about for just a second. These are retooled versions of bosses you fight in the story, but each one gets a gimmick, which I think goes from making these just a kind of a pointless add-on to something actually kind of fun, because the main story doesn't really have gimmick fights. They're all pretty straightforward. So they become these brief little puzzle encounters where you have to figure out a new mechanic, and then it caps off in a final super boss fight, which serves as a payoff to something from the original game, which I thought was pretty cool.
I feel like I might get this wrong, but I feel like in the original you fought some Final Fantasy characters. I feel like
you fight a thing that is parodying the idea of Final Fantasy. It's not a Final Fantasy character himself, but it's a 2D monster that ends up in the Mario RPG world. With the FF4 music playing, and I don't want to talk too much about what the post game does with that, but there's some fun stuff that happens there.
I do want to play this game because I am a fan of Mario RPGs in general. They're not the hardest RPGs ever. If I want to play something hard, I'd play Dark Souls. But it does look charming. I think Geno culture does have me interested as well.
Listen, I love Geno. I know the world has ruined Geno. I know he's not the deepest character in the world. He's cool. I like Geno.
Just seeing those people who are Geno needs to be in Smash and they have those fucking analysis videos on why he should be. Get them out of here, please. It's so annoying at this point.
I would be happy if they put Geno in Smash.
Oh my god. You're gonna have to accept, and you have to accept and embrace that he can't.
Hey, did I say I'm getting out there. No, he doesn't need to be in there, but if they put him in, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. I like Gino.
Give us Noah and Mio first.
No, we don't need them.
Okay, is that it?
Yeah, that's all I got to say.
Good remake.
Good
Maybe
remake. Good remake. Good remake. Good remake. Okay, now then. Okay, this is a Kibbs only one. Oh wait, no, Knack played
It
this.
sure isn't.
No.
I'm just waiting for that one that he has played that no one else has. Okay.
Yeah, well, it's coming
lot
up in
of
a
those,
few
actually.
entries. I see the first one, but anyway.
Legends of Nayuta. What is this game?
You missed the subtitle. Boundless Trails, baby. That's right. It's a Trails game.
Okay.
Trails.
So we're gonna be on here for 20 minutes again?
Nah,
Yeah.
neither of us
No,
are that big
actually.
on this one.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, it's all right.
Like I saw your opinion on it, Kibbs. You thought it was okay at best, I think, or middling.
Yeah, it's like Klonoa, but it didn't have like the charm that Klonoa had.
Klonoa didn't have that deep
I've been a
story.
bit curious about this because I did not get Klonoa vibes from this game at all.
Really? I just like
No.
I think it was kind of the I don't know. It was just like a vibe, and then like the 2D sections, and kind of the more easy like chill 2D platformer stuff had me like reminded reminded me of Klonoa.
Mm.
Is this a 2D platformer?
No, so this
Kinda.
is an action RPG, specifically a PSP action RPG, and boy does this feel like a PSP game.
So it's like Birth by
Mhm.
Sleep then.
Well, this is like the PSP style, like, all right, you've got like your small like mission based kind of.
Oh, so Crisis
Area.
Core. Crisis Core.
Yeah, ish, yeah, but
It's-
it does have some light platforming elements to it.
Yeah, it's like a side scroller kind of with like some 3D parts. It's like Pac-Man World. I guess would be more like a better comparison.
We can really just compare it to anything.
We really could. It's kind of like Persona actually.
What's about a Persona comparison?
It's actually a bit like Baldur's Gate 3 in a couple areas. You do control a
Yeah.
character.
Yeah, I got some like Final Fantasy 16 vibes in there too because it is a fantasy game.
Mhm. Your
Wow.
character does wield a sword, just like
Yeah.
that
Oh my
guy
God.
from Zelda.
Uh-huh. Yeah, there are
I mean,
bosses.
it is Legend of
Yeah.
Nayuta.
There's bosses like in Dark Souls, and it's
Okay.
it's pretty mid, kind of like Sea of Stars.
We will get there soon. We will get there soon.
I couldn't think of any games, so I looked at the
I
list.
don't
That was in
know. It's
front of me.
it's a spin-off of the Trails series, with a kind of dubious connection to the rest.
Yeah,
It's a bit
Is it
more.
connected more? Because I saw the title and some of the games like footage, and I'm like, this looks
we
like
don't. We
it
don't
kind of
know
looks like
anything.
a mix of like the 2D ones with like Trails of Cold Steel.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah, so we don't know even by the end of the game.
You were
have
just like,
se-
what the fuck was going on?
I have seen a couple character designs from future games, so I have some
Yeah.
ideas there, but otherwise I have no real idea of how anything connects.
Yeah,
The story is there.
it
I
exists.
remember nothing of it. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
So there is a bad Trails game.
I
I
mean,
don't.
I
don't like to
wouldn't
count
call
this as a
Nayuta
Trails game.
awful. It's just not. Like, I was even considering doing like a new game plus because I heard that unlocks some stuff, but then by the time I got to the credits, I was like, nah.
Nope.
Yeah.
The worst thing a game can be is just it makes you feel like nothing at the end.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad I played it just to say I did.
There is
Yeah.
I know there's that crossover game with Trails. I just don't know what the other series is called.
East?
Trails versus East.
Yeah.
I want to play some East games before
I
I
wanna
check
play some-
that out.
I think
I'll play
East
some
is
games too.
East is like Final Fantasy, or like you can just jump into whichever one. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
I've had my eyes on East 8 because that one's.
Everyone gasses up East. I know that.
Yeah. You know, I like the boss fights in the Yuta for the most part.
I hated the boss. games in Nayuta, with the exception of the last two for some reason. I thought they were okay.
I think they were silly. I think that's part of the Klonoa vibes I got was they felt like Klonoa bosses.
Yeah, I don't know.
With more RPG elements, I guess.
I just, for some reason, I just found them all really boring. And it's like hard to put into words. I don't know. I played on hard, and I don't know if that affected my experience. Did you play on normal or hard?
I don't even remember. I probably played it on normal. Just because... Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know.
Yeah, I mean... It was what it was. Like, again, I don't regret it. It's just... It did not do what most other Trails games do for me.
Yeah.
Make you feel things.
Yeah.
That.
I'm in a weird spot with the game because on one hand I'm like, I want to connect it to the mainline Trails series because then I could like feel like playing through Nayuta was worth it to me, but I also don't want it to connect to the mainline Trails game just because I don't care about anything within Nayuta. So if they're like, look, it's this guy, you know and love him from this game, I'd be like, I know him from that game. I don't love him. But yeah, we'll see.
Maybe I'll skip this one then if I get to that point.
If you find it on sale, like I think it's like, and you're like really into Trails, I think it's worth picking up. But like,
probably,
you know,
is that it?
Don't pay $50 for it.
$50 for a PSP re-release?
I think
so. At least Crisis Core Reunion did more. At least Crisis Core Reunion added shit or redid some shit.
This is like a decent enough port, right? Like I had no problems with it there.
It's $40. Wait, it's also no. It's $40 on Steam. It's $50 everywhere else I look.
So if I want to play it on a PC, I just play it on PC then, because that's where I want to play PC games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, Kibbs.
Huh.
Let's talk about our game of the year. I'm pretty sure this is your game of the year.
Oh man, imagine if I said, okay, let's talk about Super Mario Wonder.
Please don't.
No.
I know better than you. Let's talk about Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah. Not gonna go any spoilers, by the way, just because I know Knack here hasn't played it and he needs to play it. So
I'm willing to just go out on my way to drop my savings to get him a PS5 in the game.
No, I don't, because here's the thing. I also just don't want a PS5 because it's big, and I don't want that taking up space in my room.
Get that awful looking Slim console.
The Slim is smaller, you know.
It's smaller, but it looks like shit.
I mean, I've only ever owned Slim PlayStations, so.
So I mean, you know.
Here's the thing: if they came around and they said, "All right, PS5 now has universal backwards compatibility with PlayStation 1 through 4, like physical media," done.
Dude,
you've sold me.
But here's the problem with that, Knack. That would cost them like an extra $200 because that's what happened with the PS3.
Yeah, but is that not what the Series X does?
Series X does that, but Series X is basically the same. Series X is just a PS5 without the SSD, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I want to play something on SSD, I can play it on my computer.
You have an SSD on your computer?
Yeah.
Damn, I need to get one then.
1 terabyte.
I love Final Fantasy 16.
Oh my god.
My experience with Final Fantasy before this game was I played 13. That was my first Final Fantasy game. I adore that game. I think it's awesome, and I know everyone hates it, and that makes me sad.
We're gonna continue this from the last session. Everyone put your hateful comments in the description below, and his Twitter will be down there as well.
Yeah. Twitter is at KibbsMcGibbs. Send all hate to me. I will accept it with open arms, and then I'll block you. And then I played Final Fantasy X shortly thereafter, and this is where real hate's gonna come in. I thought that game was so mid. I thought it was so boring. I didn't like any of the characters, and it's just like the gameplay was kind of dookie. But even considering it's an RPG from like 2001, it's it was like laughable at moments actually with how the story was, because the voice acting was, they were doing their best, but the voice acting was just crazy, and the way the camera would move sometimes, it's like, what, they're trying to be cinematic, but to them cinematic is just shake the camera everywhere. I have so many like videos saved on just on my Switch, because I'm just like, what are they doing here? What is happening? It's so funny, but I didn't like the game.
I know you didn't finish 10-2 because you hated it that much. But
no. I finished 10-2. No, wait. Oh, 10-2. No, sorry. Yeah. I finished 10-2. 13. No. Okay. I'm stupid. 13-2 and 10-2. I always get them mixed up. I finished 13-2. I played 10-2 for like 3 hours. This is the worst game I've ever played in my entire life, and I immediately dropped it. Someone bribed me to play it for more than 2 hours.
And you played it more than 2 hours.
I did, and I didn't get what they bribed me with. But then, so that's my experience with Final Fantasy before going into 16, and 16 is my favorite Final Fantasy game, and it's pretty easily my game of the year.
It's also in your top 5, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's probably number like 3. It depends on my mood, because like my top 3 and the top 4 really will kind of always shift around, with like Persona 4, Final Fantasy 16, Trails Second Chapter, and Xenoblade 1. Like it just on any given day, I will say one of those is my favorite game. I love Final Fantasy 16. I really enjoyed the characters. I loved the world. The combat was really fun, and I watched one of my buddies play it, and the amount of options they give you is really cool, because we played in 2 completely different ways, and I was like, I would never play like that. That is insane.
Wait, no. How did he play it? He played
the game fairly reserved. He would get a bunch of stuff going in like on the battlefield, and then he'd kind of set it all off at once. I would go balls to the walls, 0 to death combo everybody. What I like about 16's combat is that it's like it's accepting to newcomers, but you can also like learn so much about it, where like you're just like juggling people in the air. It's insane. Yeah. It's there's something really cool that this game does too. I'm not a big lore guy in any game ever. Like, I just don't care to stop what I'm doing and then read a bunch of stuff. But Final Fantasy 16 dedicates a button to like active lore. So you hit a button if you're like mid-conversation or something, and you can kind of see what they're talking about. Like they bring up this character, and you can be like, okay, wait, who is this character again? Hit the button, and you just go over to their little it would just give you information on that character, or on like the thing they're talking about, or whatever. And I love that. Triangle Strategy also does something similar to that, where when someone's talking, you can hit a button to view their profile, and you can like get a little like biography or whatever on the character. And I love that 16 did that, because I wanted to know more about the world, and I still haven't played the DLC yet, because I lent my copy to a friend and he still hasn't finished it, and I just have to sit here and wait. And I'm gonna go to his house. If by the time the second DLC is out and he's not done with the game yet, I'm just gonna go there. I'm gonna take it back. I'm just like, I'm playing this now.
I'm playing the Leviathan.
It's so good. I love it. The music slaps too. That's all.
No, so the soundtrack for this game was by the same person who did 14, Soken. Bro went fucking hard with the icon battles. Like, holy shit.
Oh, the boss fights are sick. Oh, like, so much about this game is great.
I love, like, everyone's like, oh, it's Game of Thrones. I'm like, is that a like, everyone's saying like it's not Final Fantasy, it's this or that. I personally don't get it. Like, it still has like some of like the most things that you associate with Final Fantasy, like chocobos, Moogles, crystals. Obviously, you have to have crystals. You have to have crystals.
Not all of them do.
But this one's like, but like. This one's like other older Final Fantasies, where like crystals are like main part of the story, like they're part of the story, like they're essential to it.
I always saw that criticism as kind of strange, because like, this isn't Final Fantasy, and I'm like, isn't Final Fantasy the series that changes its identity entry to entry?
After 10-2, it's after 10-2, they just threw whatever they had at the dartboard and were like, okay, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, around like 4 through 9 had pretty similar combat, but once they hit 10, the kind of the wheels really kind of came off, and
It's
there's
like,
just a lot of people who are still stuck in the mindset that Final Fantasy is the thing that it was almost 20 years ago.
But even looking at like the older ones, and granted, I haven't played these yet, so I'm not I don't really know what I'm talking about, but just looking at like the difference between Final Fantasy 6 to 7 they look very different, at least in like aesthetic, and then 7 to 8 also look very different. The only thing I could say though is like the complaint about the shift in being more action focused isn't Final Fantasy, but even then, like it's kind of been taking that turn for a while. They just kind of
is definitely where the aesthetics had a major shakeup for the series. There are still some through lines that kind of run through, because again, and this is something that even the newer FFs have, right? Is that there are some through lines that just kind of run through Final Fantasy, and it's always been anthology by nature. It's really, I think what people really are just hung up on is the shift from turn-based to action RPG.
I mean, I feel they wanted to go in the action department ever since 13, because there was a quote by, I think, one of the game programmers saying like their inspiration for 13 is that they wanted it to feel like you were like, they took Advent Children to say we want the battles to be like that, and that didn't work for 13.
I know what you're talking about.
But like they want to make the battles look like Advent Children. You can't do that in a turn-based environment. You have to do it in an action environment, because that's where you have the most control over what those battles are going to be. So if you're gonna go in the Advent Children kind of look, you have to make it action RPG. You have to make it an action game instead of a.
Then we had their first mainline attempt at action RPG with 15. Which combat was cheeks.
I have a soft spot for 15.
That is, I wanted to love 15. I waited so many years of my life. Back when that game was still Versus 13. I was a wee middle school boy, and I saw that trailer with him killing all those knights with his floating swords, and I'm like, I wanted that game. It looks so good.
Why do you sound like Harry Potter?
And I waited like 10 fucking years, and then it came out, and it was just aggressively okay.
Okay, let's put this as Knack's rant about FF15.
Final Fantasy 15 is the only Final Fantasy game I actively never want to like even try, because I'm not gonna get into Final Fantasy 14, but I tried it. I gave it an honest attempt.
There's like alright things about 15. I like the main boys. They're cool.
I think the main thing people don't. Well, we should probably talk this later on our off time.
I don't know. I don't have anything to say about 16. The conversation became general FF, and I'm like, ooh, I can talk about that.
And you got your designated chapter for the session. Let's go. But what I love about 16, it's that like you're learning more of the world with each cutscene. Like you're learning like, oh, the people with the markings on their cheeks, like they're slaves. like people were so afraid of these people like killing them that they turned into slaves, and people are still killing them. Like there's a side quest early in the game where it's like, oh hey, I lost my son. You kill a wolf, and the kid's like, no, that wolf was supposed to kill you. Like people in this game hate bearers. That's what they're called. And like the whole point of the story is that like you're supposed to like make a world where everyone's equal, basically. Like that's the whole point. And I kind of like stories of like rebelling against high society.
I really like how everything just seemed to further deepen the world and the characters. I didn't feel like there were any like filler moments, and even the quests, the side quests, I did all of them because none of them felt like they were filler. All of them felt like they were worth doing.
I did some of the side quests, but like even stuff like helping Sid's daughter like with something, it's still adding to the story or progressing the story in a sort of way. Like stuff like that, it's what the best RPGs have. Well, RPGs, quote unquote, because I don't think 16's an RPG mostly. But also the soundtrack fucking slaps. The Icon battle songs, I listen to them any chance I get. They're fucking iconic as hell. But but if I were to, I was thinking about this recently. I love the world. I wouldn't live in it though. It's pretty fucking depressing.
I don't think anyone would want to live in that
like,
world.
If I was born in the Iron Dominion, kill me, just kill me right there, right then and there. But yeah, I there's also some moments where I just cried at the game because it was just so sad as well. Like in certain moments.
Yeah, it's got a lot going on within it and a lot going for it, and it's a shame the reception wasn't quite as positive with this one.
I will still never understand why it didn't get nominated for Game of the Year.
It makes me so sad. I want to see the PC port come as soon as possible because I want everybody to get the chance to play this game.
I mean,
it's great. It's
during the year we have it on PS5. It's literally probably the only worthwhile game to play on PS5.
Yeah, I mean, I totally get why it's on why it like was on PS5 first, and because it's PC like it really uses the power of the PS5.
Like the Titan fight is literally like probably overclocking the SSD with how big it is.
It's the scale of the game is in terms of like some of the set pieces that it goes for. It's like, yeah, there's a reason this is not on PC right now. It's like I'm sure they can do something, but even when the port comes out, I think the PS5 version is going to be kind of the quote unquote best way to play it.
It's gonna be like Ratchet and Clank.
I don't know
PC.
though, because like the thing though is that like 16 was directed by Yoshi P, who does primarily 14, which is a PC game.
Yeah.
But isn't 14 like designated to certain sections though with its areas, if I'm pretty sure?
I will say 14 also would definitely demand less, so he might have more expertise in like figuring out how to port stuff to PC. But it's 16 just does some stuff that I'm like looking at this and I'm like, how are they gonna,
because also like all games are like built on PCs to begin with.
Yeah. It's just
like, I think the baseline is going to be pretty heavy, but I think it'll be doable.
Yeah, it's kind of that part that I'm worried about because like a lot of my friends are like, I'm just waiting for it to come to PC, and I'm like, I've seen your computer, bro. It is not gonna run this game.
I feel like if I play this game on my computer, my computer's gonna grab up the closest gun and shoot itself before it even launches it.
I mean, another thing like Ratchet and Clank being ported to the PC, like that game just
works on hard drive. It works on a hard disk drive, but even on some solid disk drives. It still takes a while, unlike with the PS5 where it's instantaneous.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like I don't know a whole lot about like technology in that regard, but it's like if Final Fantasy 16 leans more onto things in a similar vein to like Ratchet and Clank and how that game did, I could see it like really chugging on PC, and that's I'm just worried about it. I'm just worried about how they're gonna get that to function.
I feel like when this thing
I just hope it's a good port.
I just feel like if you play this game on a hard drive and you're at the icon fights, like it's gonna chug as like not just the computer, the fucking frame rate's gonna chug beyond all hell.
Yeah, I'm worried about the optimization of it.
Yeah,
I just hope the port comes out good. Because this game deserves to be played by a wider audience.
Mm-hmm. They need to hear Ben Starr's sexy voice.
Yeah, but I mean that's all I gotta say. I love this game.
There's another game that we're gonna have to talk about later, but like this one's like obviously like contender for not just favorite game of the year, but like favorite game, one of the best games I've ever played. Like it's so well told. The combat is new accepted to beginners, but you can master like high skill ceiling. Bosses are epic as hell. Soundtrack's one of the best soundtracks I've ever fucking heard. No questions asked. Like, it's just everything I want in a game. Like, I don't want like. I mean, the only way I could ruin it is like if they do like the fucking Final Fantasy 7 or 15 approach. Like, we're gonna make like a bajillion shit for it. But like, 16 is just not the perfect Final Fantasy, but like just a stellar hack and slash, because it's mainly a hack and slash.
13's the perfect Final Fantasy.
I will save Judgment for next year.
I'm still going through Yakuza, then I'm gonna get to Judgment.
Okay, let's get to the next game.
It's funny because none of my favorite FFs can I say are the perfect Final Fantasy, because all of them have at least one thing I just do not like about them.
Yeah, I don't think there's really a perfect one.
Wait till Kibbs plays 9, or we gaslight him to play 9.
Okay,
Listen,
9 scares me because everyone tells me to basically not play the game to play the game, and I'm like, oh, this bodes well.
9's my favorite, but I don't like the combat very much.
Yeah.
9's just simple combat. That's it.
That's the problem.
I heard it's grindy too, though.
Hey,
I don't agree with that.
I'd rather have 9 simple combat than whatever the fuck 8 went with.
There are few FFs I would describe as grindy, and I would question anyone who describes it as grindy.
I swear to God, people who say 2.
You know what?
No,
I heard it from Alex.
What?
The grindy bit on Final Fantasy 9.
Oh. Okay, maybe don't take his opinions on RPGs. Just throwing that out there, because
you got a point there.
9 is a really easy game, like a really easy game.
9 is
like one of the easiest Final Fantasies.
I wouldn't go that far because 8 exists.
Well, so 8 is easy if you understand the systems, but the systems are notorious for going over people's head and making it a difficult game.
Even then, I would still say 7 and 6 are easier than 9. I
mean, yeah, but 9's pretty easy. Like, Final Fantasy in general is not a difficult series. So again,
unless you're 2.
if you're saying anything other than like Final Fantasy 1 through 3 are grindy, I have some questions. That's all I'm saying.
I've met people who say 2 is not grindy, and I have to stare
all I'm
them.
saying.
I've met people who say 2 isn't grindy, and I have to stare them straight in the eye and say like, say that again. Say 2 isn't grindy again, and they're just fucking looking away from me on the floor, laughing their ass off.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to get everything out of the progression system, yeah, I guess you can sit there and grind, but you don't need to. Like, the game is easy enough.
Yeah, you know, I should have thought a little bit. You know, this is the second time. Maybe we'll talk about Alex next episode too. Maybe I'll come up with another story for you guys.
Well, just invite Alex.
How far is he into Azure?
He has made like no progress. I think he's in the prologues. No, wait, okay. No. He's in chapter 1. He's in chapter 1 still.
Right. Have you checked his builds?
No, but he said he'll call me over to him when he wants me to do that. But he's been playing other stuff as of late.
Okay, so I think good distraction to keep kids open-minded, because the next game he is I'm disappointed in his thoughts, let's say that.
Disappointed in my thoughts. I'm disappointed in this game, bro.
Okay. The game we're talking about is Sea of Stars. Sea of Stars is a love letter to 16-bit RPGs by the minds of the Messenger Sabotage Studios. And it's a prequel to The Messenger as well.
I'll let you talk first before I rain on your parade.
No!
I'm sorry, man.
I'll start first. I know Yasunori Masuda does the music for this, and I like Yasunori Masuda. He's doing the music for the hit anime Dungeon Meshi, aka Delicious in Dungeon right now. Everyone should check it out. There we go.
That was just an anime plugin.
You bet it was.
What's it called?
Delicious in Dungeon. We can talk about it more after.
Is it that on Netflix?
I'll write that down.
It is. I've read the manga. It's really good.
Okay, so I heard about this game from King K's end of the year 2022 end of the year video where he was talking about it a bit. Before then, the only game I knew I only knew about the Messenger, but I haven't played it. So I made sure to play the Messenger before I played Sea of Stars, because Sea of Stars is a prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And I wishlisted it. I checked it on the game's development every time it was posted on Twitter. Yes, I use Twitter. And I played it day one. I finished it in 3 days. I didn't get the secret ending yet, but I have been working my way towards it. It's just those rainbow conks that are so annoying. But I'm gonna be honest. I loved Sea of Stars. Like it's probably my third favorite game of the year. Like I loved it that much. So it's a level under 16-bit RPGs because obviously it has its Chrono Trigger influence, but it also reminded me of Mario RPGs. Like RPGs plural, not because I haven't played the original or haven't much knowledge on the original. But like it has that like moment where it's like, yeah, it has like the Chrono Trigger level of like world-ending stakes and characters, especially Garl. But the way the combat works is like just regular attacks. You have to press your button to the attack, and it just reminded me of Paper Mario or Mario and Luigi. And like even skills, you have to like do certain things to like activate them, like hold down the space bar. I played this game on a keyboard. Hold down the space bar, or like it's just simple stuff like that. Like yeah, it's not like the most complex thing in the world, but it's just something that I just love to see in RPG. Like I'm just a sucker for RPGs that don't do that. I love the aesthetic of the world. Just like this whole world that's like on multiple islands, and each one has like their different like unique cultures, like the fishing village, the ghost town, or just the main villains, like just their final dungeon, just a giant fucking clock as a castle. It's just so interesting to see. And I just love like the whole like history of like the gimmick, like not gimmick, but like the whole like interesting thing about this RPG is like there's like sun and moon warriors, and like on the solar eclipse or like the lunar eclipse, like a child of the stars will be born. Like that's just interesting. Like it's too much like Avatar, but I love Avatar. Yeah. I don't know. I also love the characters. Like yeah, Kibbs, I know you're not a big fan of most of the characters. But like I don't know, just also like it also has that emotional punch to it where it's like, damn, that hit me hard. Like a certain thing with Garl. Also, Garl's like one of the best characters in any game, let's be honest.
I did like Garl.
You did like Garl.
Okay, now to move on to the negatives.
Oh god.
No, to start off positive though, for real, I did enjoy Garl. I thought Garl was a fun character. The game is just beautiful. It is just through and through. It is beautiful. I'm not a total blind hater that'll say everything about the game sucks, because it does have a lot going for it. But
it has a lot for you. It's like it has a lot going for it, but there's also a lot of stuff that's keeping it back for you. Yeah,
the story is so boring. It's just a drag. Things just kind of happen. It just goes. The characters are boring. I cannot tell you a single personality trait of the two main characters. Literally, they are cardboard. There is nothing there is nothing that they do that contributes to anything. And it's obnoxious. I'm a big character-driven guy when it comes to a lot of stories. You have to have good characters before you have a good story.
English major moment.
Listen, that's not an English major moment. I just have good taste.
I actually mostly agree with the assessment that I prefer characters to scenarios.
Because like, if you give me good characters that I enjoy, I'll follow them wherever they go. I don't care what they do. I want to see how they do things and like kind of the way they tick. There's no characters like that in Sea of Stars other than like Garl. Garl's the only thing I can hold on to.
I was interested in Sarai at a certain point.
I was too, and then she was nothing. And so, like, she had a couple moments. I won't like exaggerate to that degree. She had a couple moments, but
I also like the wizard. I don't want to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about.
I forgot he was the thing. Yeah, yeah. So I just didn't find the story particularly interesting. The characters were very nothing. Garl's cool. The combat, though, is where I really take issue with the game. Because it is stupid, bare bones basic. It's a baby game. I'm not exaggerating when I say a game over like 2 times the entire game because of one move they give you. And it's Moonerang. If you just know how to time a button press, you can do literally like 1,000 damage. I was consistently, bare minimum, I was consistently getting 300 damage on every single attack.
I wasn't getting 300. Like, were these just like the corrupted enemies?
No,
or were they just regular enemies?
In general, like 300 was like generally it was like the minimum. And granted, like the beginning number, you can't really get the numbers that high. But there's an achievement in the game where you bounce Moonerang back and forth like 20 times. And I think when I looked at it, I got the game. I think a couple days after it came out. I might have got it day one. When I got the achievement, it was like 20% of people achieved it, and I achieved it in like the 3rd battle. And so Moonerang was very easy for me to use, so I just beat the game timing this one button press. And so whenever it's like, oh, you can break the enemies and stop them from doing a specific move, but half the time I didn't have to do that because I would just kill them before they could do anything. Didn't have to break anything. Moonerang was a little too busted. I wish there was a bit more like kind of a bit more damage fall off towards the end. Maybe there is damage fall off the further you get in. But it was too good, trivialized too much of the game.
And Moonerang's like a multi-bounce type thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
And there's another character that gets something that's very similar to Moonerang, that I would use too.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah, it just made the game an absolute joke in terms of combat, and combat was boring. Boss fights were boring. The boss would show me like, I'm big and mean and angry, and I'd go, okay, and then I hit him with Moonerang, and then the battle would be over.
I don't know. I never had the like maybe because I didn't invest in the magic attack with fuck, I forgot her name. She's the moon girl. She's the moon child.
Yeah.
But like with the moon child,
I don't remember her name either. It's like Vale or something.
Yeah, it was Vale. Yeah, Vale.
Yeah.
It was like Vale, and like the other guy was like
Well, I have no idea. I remember Vale because it was the easy one to remember.
the easy one to remember. Is that who you played as for the game? Because you had to choose one of them at the start.
I don't even, probably. I don't. The game was so nothing to me that I'm just like, I look back on it.
Oh, it's Valerie. It's Valerie. It's Valerie.
Valere.
It's Valere, and then but like.
And the other guy.
Maybe I didn't invest. It's Zale. But like maybe Valere, I just didn't invest in magic attack because that's what Moonerang derives from. Because because with the way Valere with later skills with like Lunar Shield, I kind of made her the defensive character.
That actually reminds me of another issue I have with the combat. You get all your abilities like 4 hours into the game. That's it.
The game's not that long though.
It's like 20 hours.
Let me check my file. So I'm at 22.6, but I wasn't at 20 when I was getting to the secret stuff.
It's like basically though the first fourth of the game is when you have all of your abilities. To me that was kind of disheartening because I was like, I want to know what else I can do. What else do I get? How much further can I go with these characters? And the answer was not very. There was no reason to not use Moonerang ever. And if there was a reason to not use it, I could just use the other flavor of Moonerang.
The other flavor.
And so it was just really disappointing because. And it could be that I was just like I just optimized the fun out of the game, but there's no real incentive to any other strategy because it's like, okay, so I either use Moonerang or I hit with a basic attack, and that's what
there is an incentive to hit with a basic attack though. That's also the thing. The magic without using magic.
Yeah, but if I can kill anyone in one hit anyways with Moonerang, why would I do that?
What did you try to build with Valere? Anyway?
I just dumped everything into defense and magic. because I had to make sure she stayed alive, and I had to make sure that she did more damage. Because initially, I think I wanted to build her to be like a physical, because I think she's the one with she has the staff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's the character I went with, because I saw the staff and went Estelle, and then I picked. And then
brain rot, indeed.
Yeah, no, for real. And so yeah, it was defense and magic is how I mostly kitted her up, and it's Moonerang's just too good. It was kind of lame because every other character is outclassed dramatically. And so it's like, and yeah, I could use the physical attack to get some of those funny orbs out to power up certain moves, but I don't need to power up Moonerang. I can just use it and get massive numbers anyways.
I don't know if I was playing it wrong, but like when I was playing, like even in later sections, I was like constantly switching between like your party members just to like, because there's also like a thing, I want to call it a stagger meter, kind of, because that's the only thing. Like you have like certain like, so your regular attacks are divided to hammer or sword, basically.
Yeah.
And then you have your magics. You have your moon, your sun, your poison, and your magic. I think it's literally just called magic. But like there's like certain slots, and for whichever ones you do, like say like there's 2 hammers, if you do your first hammer attack correctly and then do it again, you basically like prevent them from using their giant attack. Like I was like constantly switching teammates just to do like, I don't know why, it's just that kinetic energy I had doing that just made the game fun.
I think that if the game had a bit better balance, I think that would have captivated me. I would have liked to do that. Because initially I had issues of sometimes you just can't break them, and that felt weird to me. But then that issue went away pretty quickly, because then I was like, oh wait, I don't need to break them. I can just kill them.
I think that's there because it more so you don't want to like constantly break that system in half.
Yeah. And I realized that as time went on, of like, okay, yeah, no, it's of course the enemies need to be able to use their moves too sometimes. But I think if the game was balanced just a little better, I would have probably adored it much like everyone else does, because at least in terms of the gameplay department, because to me the gameplay is just not great. The story and characters I also think are actually just really bland and boring. I played The Messenger also like a year or 2 years ago, I think. I didn't pick up on any of the connections. There's a couple areas I saw that I was like, this looks familiar. Yeah,
I am so far removed from The Messenger that when I eventually pick this game up, I will probably not recognize anything.
Yeah, Sea of Stars was very disappointing, which was very sad for me, because obviously I didn't want to go in hating the game. But
I mean, you were interested in it, and I mean, if it's not of your taste, that's fine. Like I understand being disappointed somewhat. I mean, one of my disappointments we'll talk about in the lightning round, and that one really disappointed me.
Yeah.
But I don't know, it's just Sea of Stars is just kind of the RPG I kind of waited for a long time as someone who loves Chrono Trigger and the Mario RPGs.
Yeah, I love the Mario RPGs. I just wanted more. I just wanted
also
more.
The people complain this game's too serious. I'm like, and you're comparing it to like fucking Chrono Trigger. I'm like, Chrono Trigger was serious, but it wasn't all that serious. It was kind of jokey as well.
Roller coaster moment.
Yeah. I don't know. I just have a problem with people like, this game needs to be serious for it to be masterful. I'm like, God, this is like the same people who want like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog to wield guns and like swear all the time. Came out 2005.
That would be sick. I would buy every Sonic game like that.
I wish the Pokemon had guns and could do like crafting and survival. I think that would be
dude. I've got the game for you.
Oh no. But you can't support it. It has AR generation in it or something like that.
I can just not support it because I watched like 5 minutes of gameplay and said, not for me, and moved on with my day.
Yeah.
We could have had the perfect thing to kill Pokemon for us, but no.
Pokemon's never gonna die.
There's like a billion monster collector games out there. No one ever does, and they'll look for them.
Look, Yokai Watch. Look, I enjoyed Yokai Watch. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
Okay, Stray got. Oh, it's a Kibbs only one for once. Let's go.
Okay. So this game is very mid. It's a really cool concept. I want to see them make a sequel. It's a musical RPG visual novel type thing. Except the story's boring, the characters are boring, and the music is bad.
Well, do you have any like frame of reference for musicals?
Like musicals I've listened to
or watched.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like, yeah, obviously there's like Sound of Music is kind of like the one everyone's seen. Oklahoma, Hamilton, the other one that everyone's seen.
You saw Oklahoma. I'm so sorry for you.
Oklahoma's not that bad.
It's not that bad, but like one of the best musicals.
Dude.
No,
well, it's not one of the best, but it has Hugh Jackman in it, and I think that's.
Oh, you saw the 1996 recording? Okay.
Yeah. The Greatest Showman. I love me some musicals. I mean, we touched on it a little bit when we talked about Little Goody Two Shoes. I love me a good song in anything, really. Throw a musical number in any game and I will fall in love.
That's why I'm kind of interested in one of the games that's coming out hopefully next year.
What is it?
Harmonium.
I haven't heard of that. I'm gonna write that down though.
Oh, is that the I think they showed that one at the Game Awards.
They showed it at the Game Awards. Like, it's about the deaf girl who like
yeah. Okay. Stray Gods though is a really cool concept. It's like a choice-based musical thing. Like there's a song is happening, they're performing a song, and then during the song you get a choice of like a few options and you choose the option that you want and it changes the song. I think it's a really cool concept, but a lot of the issues I had with the music is that it was too much like talk singing, which isn't bad, but it didn't flow well. Because I love me a good spoken word. If for anyone that cares about spoken word, check out The Narcissist Cookbook and Everybody's Worried About Owen. Those two destroyed my life. I love it. But what they do is, they do a lot of spoken word and it's kind of like instrumentals in the background while they talk, but it flows very well, and there's like they're kind of stringing you along on this little journey with the music and their words, even if they're not singing. But Stray Gods is just exposition with kind of rhythm with music in the background.
I feel like for a musical, you need the songs to connect to the story and flow in a certain way that you're going to keep the audience engaged. And if you don't work at that, it's not going to work as a musical number in general.
Yeah, well, it's just the music just wasn't super great for me.
I'm probably gonna wishlist this because I am interested in it because musical theater kid right here.
Yeah.
But I can maybe next year when we do our gaming catch up, I'll just judge it not only as like a visual novel, but like also as a musical, because I think out of both of us, I have the most experience with musicals.
Maybe. I don't know. I
go to New York to watch musicals all the time.
Fair enough. I went through a phase in like high school, but that it quickly faded.
I did theater at one point, but that was mostly just to hang out with people.
Yeah, me too.
I did theater because I wanted to sing that one song from Mamma Mia.
It's so funny.
I was also the worst singer.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a good or a bad singer, but I just say I'm a bad singer so that way no one asks me to sing. I
know I was, because the musical coach pulled me aside.
Listen, your vocal cords, they're dying on you, and we can't allow that.
But to sum it all up in a nice little bow, Stray Gods is a really cool concept. I would love to see what they do next, but they need to hire musical actors and not voice actors, because they got like Troy Baker and Laura Bailey in the voice cast for this game, and I was like, dang, I didn't know they could sing. And then I finished the game and was like, dang, they don't really know how to sing. And it's not like they're like terrible singers. It's clear that they don't have the musical knowledge to properly keep that flow going. In
Neither
the
of them
music.
were. Neither of them were in any like theater productions either.
Yeah. Well, so there's one character that stood out to me that I was like, actually, there were two characters that stood out to me. I'm like, these two have to have musical backgrounds. One of them did. I was right. The other was someone that I had never heard of that was credited for literally nothing else but this game, and I was like, huh.
Who was the one who was credited for musical background?
I don't remember the guy's name, but he voiced Orpheus.
Orpheus, Hades Town.
It's oh yeah, I should have said Stray Gods is like it's like the Greek gods. That's a big part of the story.
Rap. I know that name from somewhere.
Orpheus, Stray Gods. Anthony Rapp. I feel like I've heard of this guy.
Yeah, and like he was the only one that when I looked into it, I think that had a musical background. I might have missed a couple of characters here and there, but
Anthony Rapp. Okay.
Oh well, he's
Theater.
just straight up just a theater actor. Yeah, he's not even like a game actor.
Oh wow, he was in Rent, Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, and I was like, I was able to pick out like now this guy.
This guy knows his musicals.
Yeah, exactly. And so I was like, this guy knows what he's doing. And like, of course, much love to Laura Bailey and Troy Baker. I love them in literally anything and everything. But I don't think they're musical actors.
But they were in one of the greatest musical games of all time, Persona 4 Dancing.
I was waiting for that.
Your affection.
And again, that might have been Mercer as kanji. I don't know.
But,
look, I would just say this.
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
I mean, just if you need anyone for musical background, just get the fucking voice cast of Steven Universe.
Oh my goodness. True.
I mean, they
should have hired Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh please no, please no, please no, please no. Dude, I like the man. I don't. Funny. I just can't stand him.
Dude, imagine like Poseidon shows up and it's him.
No, this is gonna sound weird. Get Andrew Garfield.
True, no, true though. Actually, he killed it in Tick Tick Boom.
Oh my god, I thought I was the only one in our friend group who's seen that movie. Thank God.
No, that movie's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. No, I love me a good musical, and Stray Gods was sadly not a super good musical. A couple of my friends adored it, but I was like, am I the only one? And then my buddy, his girlfriend was like, Caleb, you gotta play this game. And I was like, okay. And then I talked to him after the fact. I was like, I didn't think it was very good. And he's like, oh, I'll go through it and see. And then he messaged me later. He's like, don't tell anyone, but I do think it's mid. And I'm like, okay, it's not just me.
Okay, I put it in my wish list so I can play it sometime.
Yeah, no, I would love to hear your thoughts on it. For sure.
Because I do want to look at it as a musical because, like, well, one of them, again, theater kid, but like, I don't know. I just feel like because just studying musicals and like being in some and like looking over like screenplays and all that stuff, like. It needs to work because, like, I feel like if you mess up the music aspect, you're just not working as a musical. So I just want to, and I also want to see how it works, like how the music fits into the story as well. Like, I don't know, it's just something that interests me.
Yeah, I'm definitely keeping an eye on the developers because I would love to see what they make next, and I really hope it's more musical. I keep on saying that's all I have to say, but this is actually all I have to say now. That's it. Moving on to the next one.
This is the Oliver of musical.
What?
Oliver Twist? They made a musical about that, and it's not good. Okay. Super Mario Wonder. I don't think. Wait, Knack, did you play this game?
I'm playing this game
right now, or have you finished it?
I just got to World 3, so I'm...
Oh, you just got to the best world! Oh!
You just got to the worst world.
What are you talking about, kid?
this time I'm just being a contrarian.
But, okay, Super Mario Wonder. I'm gonna be honest, I had no expectations with this game. I think you two know this very well. I looked at the trailers, I felt nothing. I looked at more trailers, I felt nothing. I played the demo at a kiosk while waiting in line for Final Fantasy 16.
I thought you were gonna say Five Nights at Freddy's.
No.
Final Fantasy 5 Nights at Freddy's?
Oh,
Final Freddy, Fazbear 15.
Where Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy have the job system.
That would be
You
pretty
don't mind,
sick,
man.
actually.
Actually, yeah, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Give Freddy Fazbear a sword and a gun.
Wouldn't that just be
Awesome, yeah.
I was gonna say Dante, but so yeah, played at a kiosk. No, nothing. Felt nothing. That's probably because I played Yoshi, because Yoshi's best boy. But no, I felt nothing. Then
If you play the baby mode character.
because
Yeah.
baby mode character is my favorite character in Mario.
I mean, that makes you a baby.
Oh.
I'd rather be a baby than in trouble.
I will say there are some things about Mario Wonder that makes me feel like a baby, but we can talk about that later.
But it's not until my father picked it up, and I was like, "Can I try?" Because I was like, maybe I only played like the first third of the first world, because that's basically almost where the demo ends. So I'm like, you know what? I'll borrow his copy. I'll play it, and I'll give my thoughts. The more I played it, the more I was like, there's more to this game. Like, I still think the first world's like the weakest world in terms of the game. I don't know, it's just kind of too basic for my liking.
Mhm.
But when I got to like World 2, like halfway through World 2, and then especially at World 3, I was like, this game's actually really good, but it didn't get past really good. I just thought it was a really good platformer. But like, maybe it's because of the fact like it's just your standard typical 2D Mario romp when you're not in the Wonder segments.
Mhm.
Or maybe it's the fact like I didn't find the power-ups to be all that special, except for the elephant.
I agree there.
I like the bubble suit.
Look, when I
It
went
makes
to bubble
everyone wear purple, and then they all look really cute in their bubble suit outfit.
when I was using the bubble shoe, I was just thinking this is basically just the baby blue Yoshi from Mario U, just as a power-up.
Yeah, but I never played Mario U, and that didn't have Daisy in a purple dress.
Oh.
Did it? So
Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Daisy, don't get it.
she's my favorite princess purely because of her color scheme.
I love yellow and orange.
I played as Princess Peach because I like Princess Peach.
I decided I changed the character at every world. It was like Blue Toad first, then Peach, Luigi, Toadette, Daisy, Yellow Toad, and then I ended it with Mario.
I'm just alternating between Luigi and Daisy for every world.
But I mean, there's some cool stuff with Wonder. Like obviously, the Wonder segments are really creative. Also, wait, Knack, did you get to that one piranha plant section?
You mean level 2?
I
Are you talking about
Okay.
where the piranha plants sing?
Yes.
You mean level 2?
Yeah.
I've gotten to level 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I haven't played this game in like.
So,
3
but when
months.
the game came out, no one could shut up about the piranha plant bit. So I knew about that like months before I finally got
I
to the
didn't
game.
know about it, and then I played it. I was like, "What the fuck is going on?"
And apparently, there's more musical sections, and I
There
haven't
is.
gotten to those yet.
There's one that was like, there's one where it was like, actually, this feels like a rhythm game at moments. And there's another one that was like, oh, it's just your typical 2D side scroller, like 2D auto scroller. But I don't know. I don't have much to say on Wonder. I'm just like, 'cause this is like a game where it's like, yeah, it's good, but it just doesn't stick with me
Yeah.
that much.
It's good, but it left me wanting more in kind of but like not in the good way. It's like
And like that wasn't enough.
Yeah, I was
Didn't
like,
have enough
it was
food on your plate.
it's kind of like that.
I mean, the game's really long, but it's like
Yeah,
those levels are so short they don't get much out of them.
it's not super duper long, really. Like I 100%ed it in like 10 hours. Like within the day it came out, I beat the game and 100%ed it.
I didn't do the final world yet. Maybe I should, because I heard that one's really hard.
It's also there's not a lot of difficulty, and I think they could have done a lot with it. I think even something as just like simple as adding little challenges in each level, like go in being forced to use this badge or do it in this amount of time or whatever.
I definitely found those sections where you have to find the Wonder Coins to be really annoying.
Oh, the search parties.
Yeah,
those-
The
those-
first search party was my least favorite level so far.
They're-
Yeah.
Purely purely because the game makes a distinction between blue and yellow toad, and I picked blue toad, and you need to bring yellow toad in to find it.
No, there are some search party segments where you have to like literally jump all over the place just to find that one fucking block, and it's so fucking annoying.
I did the second search party today, or yesterday rather. That one was actually fine. You like go up waterfalls and stuff. You have to find hidden blocks. But the first one where it was just like come in with the different characters to find the hidden blocks, I thought that one was.
I had to help my dad with one of them where you have to like push a pipe.
Yeah, you need to find the block. You need to find the block, then you need to push the pipe so you can jump on it. But you need to be playing as Yellow Toad to find that block, which I think is really stupid. Just restart this level 10 times with every character.
Also,
just pick the right one.
I just looked it up. I'm not gonna lie.
I ended up looking it up because I brought Toad in and didn't realize that they would make a distinction between blue and yellow Toad.
Yeah.
Blue Toad's better party. Come on, help me out, guys.
Come on, guys. Talk to them. Refer to them by their real names. Buckenberry and Alagold or whatever.
No, Buckenberry for blue and Alagold for yellow.
Yeah.
That's like a thing.
In the meme culture, yes.
I think that's actually
All right.
Buckenberry Toad.
I do like this game so far. It is a 2D Mario game. It's doing what 2D Mario games do. The new animations, I gotta give some props there. This is a very good looking Mario game. Easily my favorite of the 3D platform. Like the 2D platformers since they've gone 3D. I'm still partial to World's art style, but this game looks really good. The flowers suck. Those guys are so lame.
Oh, are you talking about the ones that talk?
Yeah. Those every time I go by one, I have the painful reminder that this is a game where the target demographic is 5-year-olds.
They're so annoying.
I hate them.
I thought they were kind of funny.
I hate them.
You have to play no 5-year-old.
I enjoyed them. So to me, like what would like typically I think that would annoy me, but I think because they were generally unobtrusive, I thought they were silly.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I haven't turned them off. Partly, but I find their dialogue so nothing.
I like the memes.
Yeah, that's valid.
I like their memes better than the game version.
Yeah.
But also, I don't know if this is a me thing, but the soundtrack disappointed me. Like, I don't know if this is
alright.
I felt like just like the opening stage being the acapella theme, like that set me up for like, oh, it's gonna be like an acapella. Nope. Not that.
Outside of like World, I can't really think of any like 2D Mario soundtracks.
I did like the snow theme. That was really, really calm and catchy. But like other than that, I was just like, man, I wanted more. Maybe it's just because I'm like, I just want Mario because like with like how riskier.
We all want Mario. I get you.
Yeah, but like with how riskier the Wonder gimmick was, I was gonna say, I kind of wanted the soundtrack to be a little more different than what we were used to as well. Because when I listened to like even the Wonder segment songs, I was like, this just sounds like your typical Mario stuff. And not something different. Like, because the Wonder gimmick, like the whole gimmick is like it's different. It's not what you expect. Like I want the soundtrack to also symbolize that. Like that would be great cohesion.
Yeah.
Also, the final boss was. Yep.
I like it.
Also, I got kind of tired of Bowser Jr.
Yeah, I mean it's doing the like modern 2D Mario thing where
it kind of reminds me like they want to try to stray away from what typical Mario's, but they also want to try to keep it as well. It's like kind of perplexing.
I just find it funny that the last time we got like a new rogues gallery of like 2D Mario bosses was the original New Super Mario Bros.
That one only had Bowser Jr. though.
No, I think you need to replay the. Do you not remember like the Mummy Pokey or the Big?
Oh yeah. Okay, I'm stupid.
Yeah, Bowser. So that one had it where you had like a mid-level, and in the mid-level you always fought Bowser Jr., but at the end of the level you fought a world unique boss.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And that was
Piranha one
like
of them.
the last time I think they ever did something like that, at least for the 2D Marios.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean 2D Mario always, I think, just kind of feels safer compared to its 3D counterpart.
Well, its
Yeah.
3D counterpart was kind of safe from 2009 to 2013.
I mean, so we had Galaxy 2 is pretty safe.
Galaxy 2 was safe because it was a sequel to Galaxy. And then you have 3D Land and 3D Road, which was so similar to each other that people confused the names.
They were safe, like, aesthetically. They were at least doing something kind
They had some...
otherwise.
Well, you have cats.
And I would even say 3D... Actually, no. I would say 3D World did enough visually, even if it felt like Land.
Yeah.
It's like, kind of push it. And then, like, Odyssey, obviously, was just a new thing.
Odyssey just
Bowser's
gave...
Fury was really good.
Bowser's Fury was really good, yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
want to see...
It gave us kaiju battles. That's what we needed.
I want to see that
Mario.
as the template for whatever the next Mario is.
That's what I hope the template is, actually. Like that.
I think it needs some tightening up, because I do think
It needs to be
the objectives
longer.
got
I think the
a
fact...
little too repetitive in Bowser's Fury.
I
At least
also
going for 100%.
I think
Yeah.
Bowser that you need to like have Bowser's Fury like be on for like some shines is kind of annoying, personally. But other than that,
like
What?
more movement options, larger areas. If they
Mhm.
wanted to
Yeah.
stick with it being like big, like more open world.
and if it,
Mario.
we just need more collectathon Mario.
I guess to go back to Wonder, so far I'm really enjoying it for what it is, but it is one of those things where I'm like, it's just kind of hard to really get excited for 2D Mario anymore on like
Yeah.
a level. Like I'll play them when they come out. They're fun if nothing else, but it's not really like pushing any.
Yeah.
Even with the Wonder mechanic, which is cool.
I had friends who were like, I don't like. People were confused why I put Sonic Superstars above Wonder, and I was like, Mario just plays it. Like, one of the reasons why I like Sonic more than Mario is because Sonic, for even if it's shit, they're trying something different, which is something Mario doesn't do most of the time.
I think Wonder did stuff pretty different with like the Wonder Flower and all that stuff.
But, like,
I
with the
found
Wonder
it pretty
Flowers-
refreshing.
But when the Wonder Flower is your only standout like thing that I can only like, the Wonder Flower is the only thing I think of that stands out to me, though. That's
I mean,
the
it
thing.
is a central mechanic.
Yeah, it's like the big thing. Well, because to me, like looking at Sonic Superstars, I'm like, I don't see what this game does a whole lot different from
the
like
Chaos
other
Power.
2D things.
The Chaos Powers allow you to travel through the levels differently or try to do things
But
differently with the bosses.
There's different power-ups in Mario Wonder too, though. So it's like,
Yeah, but there's only 3 of them, and one of them's the only one I care about.
yeah, well, that's what I mean though. Is like, I think
This does have badges. I do think that's at least worth acknowledging.
Yeah, that
yeah,
is.
I think Wonder does a lot.
It's just more like, even with the bells and whistles, it's still the 2D Mario formula.
Yeah.
Right.
Also, can we please get rid of airship levels, please? They're so boring.
I don't mind them, but I just don't like that they auto scroll.
That's the problem. Airship levels have to be auto scrollers for some reason. I hate it.
Yeah, if they just make one that doesn't auto scroll, I'll be happy.
It's been a problem since Mario 3, and
On Mario
Yeah.
3, they were short.
they were short, but I wonder they're like 2 minutes at least, I think.
They felt pretty short to me. They didn't overstay their welcome. I didn't hate them, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
With me, I was just tapping my foot like, come on, be done.
yeah, that's fair.
That's probably just a me thing with my ADHD running my life.
I,
But yeah, Mario Wonder, it's a good game, but I'm probably not gonna replay it.
if
ever.
it gets DLC, I'm gonna buy it. Like,
Nintendo and
100%.
DLC. You're so
100%.
funny.
well, I mean, it's not completely out of the question, right? Like,
Look, unless your name's Xenoblade and Splatoon, which had
what
monoliths
about Breath
off
of
of
the
them.
Wild?
Yeah, guess what? Tears of the Kingdom's not getting
What
anything.
about Tears of the Kingdom doesn't need anything. What about like Arms got DLC?
Wait, it did.
Animal
Fire
Crossing,
Emblem.
Pokemon, Fire Emblem.
Yeah. And like,
Okay, did anyone play the Pokemon DLC yet?
no, I don't particularly care. Like, basically, if other people get it, I'll play it alongside them. Like I'm just like I don't want to.
I
don't
might
think it's
pick
gonna
it
be-
up.
I don't know if it's gonna be entertaining enough for me to just like sit down and play through the Pokemon DLC on my own. I want to be able to play the Pokemon DLC and talk to people about it.
If I get it and you pick it up, I'll play it with you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna pick it up anytime soon because Persona 3 Reload's coming out pretty
Persona
soon.
3 yeah. And also,
you know,
they're now selling the base game and DLC at my Best Buy for like $95, and I'm like, what the fuck?
that's the price of the base game and DLC.
Yeah, it's I'm just like,
together.
no game should cost $95.
Yeah.
But let's.
Yeah, no, I don't think DLC is out of the question for Mario Wonder, especially when like a game like Mario Kart 8 got DLC somehow at the time that it did. You know,
and wasn't New Super Luigi U a DLC before it was a standalone?
Yeah, it was actually.
And then it became standalone.
Yeah, so I'm kind of hoping
Super
they do
Luigi
something.
Wonder. Let's go.
Hey! The DLC was better than the base game. That's the positive.
Yeah, it's like I'm hopeful. I'm hopeful that there's gonna be DLC. I'm not gonna cry and lose sleep if we don't get DLC for Mario Wonder, but if we do get it, I'm getting it. I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah. If they do something that catches my eye, I'll buy it.
Yeah.
But right now, my main focus is on Final Fantasy 16 DLC.
Game's so peak. I love Final Fantasy.
Yeah. Okay, we got 4 games left, so we got 4 games left. Okay. You bought me this game. I still haven't played it yet. I am so sorry I offended you that way.
Oh my goodness.
Pseudoregalia.
Pseudoregalia is really, really, really freaking fun, dude. It's like a 3D platformer Metroidvania. The movement is so slick and smooth, and it's so good. It's just a wonderful game. It's like $6 on Steam, I think. It's pretty cheap actually. So
I heard people call it like a 3D Castlevania like game.
Yeah, I could see that. It's yeah, it's really good. There is like combat, I guess, but it's kind of super mid and it doesn't really matter at all. But the platforming and the movement is so good. You feel like a god, especially because like there are things I did that I'm like, I don't know if I'm sequence breaking or if this is how I'm supposed to do it. But the freedom of movement is so nice in that regard because it's the type of game where you look at something and you're like, oh, I can make that, and then you do. And then you might take a couple tries. It's so good. The movement feels so good. I love Pseudoregalia. It's another one of those indie gems that is well worth anyone's time.
You did buy me the game for Christmas, which I'm super grateful for. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm kind of like busy in backlog hell, so I'm like,
That's
it's gonna
fair.
take me a little while.
I bought this game for you specifically because I'm like, part of me is like, oh, he's gonna love it, but the other part's like, I don't know how you react to like platformer Metroidvania things, and so I'm just like I'm logically leaning forward because this will help determine other future games I get you to be like, okay, because I got a few in the back of my brain that I'm like, I'm like whatever he thinks about this, I'm gonna send him some other stuff.
I do know that like my only experience with Metroidvanias, well, I have played some, but like for ones I've beaten, most of, not all the Metroid games, and the Mega Man ZX duology for like Metroidvania platformers.
Yeah.
But I have played Hollow Knight and Yoku's Island Express. I have enjoyed them.
A pinball one?
Yeah, it's the pinball one with the dung beetle.
It's so funny.
Mm-hmm. It's really good, but like I just had no set. Maybe I should go back to finish that game at some point. Like, I don't hate Metroidvania. It's just like there has to be something special about them that like makes me like them. Or I'm just a Mega Man fan. I just feel like I need to finish a Mega Man game.
Pseudoregalia is absolutely. I like if the movement doesn't hook you, I'm going to be shocked. It's really good. Yeah, that's all I have to say about it. It's just I just wanted to shill about this game.
Mm-hmm. And then, do you have anything quick to say about Lunacid?
Lunacid is another game I just really want to shill for a moment here. I've been told it's like King's Field. It's like a first-person game. You walk around, you beat things to death, and you just kind of explore like dark and dank areas. It's Lunacid. It like it pulls from the Luna, like moon, and like lucid, and like it's like a lucid dream, and you can tell this game is whack, and it's a lot of its atmosphere. The combat's not anything super deep. It's like a charge Like it's literally like Minecraft combat. Like you swing
wanna-
your sword.
This one I looked at a bit. I do want to try it at some point.
There's a YouTuber I watch who compared it to like. There's a YouTuber I watch. He compared it to a From Software game. I'm trying to remember what game that was.
That was Kingsfield.
Kingsfield,
Yeah,
yeah.
Kingsfield. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm someone who hasn't played FromSoft's old catalog, but I'm like fascinated by a lot of those like weird titles that they have in the back.
No, me too. It's got a lovely just vibe to it. I'm a sucker for like kind of weird, like lucid dreamy, low poly stuff. Like there's another game I played, Anodyne 2, also kind of fits that. It's just kind of a wacky, weird game. Fate and Batula is one that I demanded Knack play, and I demand everyone that's listening play.
Pretty cool.
It's $5.
Yeah.
What game?
Fate and Batula.
I can drop a Steam link. I have it open right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lunacid's more expensive than Pseudoregalia. It's like $14, but it's absolutely worth it. I think I had a blast. It's just fun, and it's cool to kind of get immersed in and just wander. There are like hidden walls and stuff everywhere, so just keep that in mind when playing it. And it's just fun. I love it. It's so unique in the best way. Normally I don't throw around unique as a way to praise a lot of games, because I think, unique doesn't mean something inherently positive, but Lunacid's just kind of different. I don't know, and I can't describe it.
I'm looking at photos of Fathom Butella.
Fate and Batula.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like dust to me, like a Japanese dust.
Well, they're going for a PS1 aesthetic. It is actually an American-made game, if I remember, though.
Yeah, it's weird. It's a weird game, and I adore it. I'm a sucker for weird-looking, low-poly PS1 type games. So yeah, like Pseudoregalia, everyone should pick that up. Fate and Batula, gotta shout that out whenever I can. That game is awesome. Pick that up too. That one's $5. Lunacid is pretty good. Lunacid though, it's like $15, but I think it's well worth it.
I wish I talked about Lunacid in the previous podcast, because I was not big on that one.
I thought it was fun. It was cute. Yeah, that's all. That's all I gotta say. Go buy those games. Buy all 3 of the ones I said. It's gonna be like $20-something. That's worth it. You got loads of fun there.
Okay. Now, I know y'all have a lot to say on Baldur's Gate 3, most likely. But
I mean, I do. I don't think Kibbs does.
I got like 2 things to say.
But before we do that, and before we get to the lightning round, because Pretender hasn't played anything in the lightning round,
let's go.
Spider-Man 2. So remember how I said Final Fantasy 16 was a contender for my game of the year?
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 is another one. I know people have their problems with this game. I have problems with this game. Like, I wish they had more gadgets and stuff like that. But like, from beginning to end, I was sucked into that journey. Like, holy like, there's something like, I love Insomniac Spider-Man because just from the beginning, you're just so immersed in the world, and it works with the SSD because I think this is like, no, Spider-Man 2 is the perfect game to show off the tech of the PS5. Like, Final Fantasy 16 is up there, but when you go from a sandstorm, finding Sandman, flying halfway across the map as Miles, and then swinging back without loading screens, the PS5 must be on drugs or something, because that thing's cracked up. But I don't know. It's your typical Spider-Man, and I love typical Spider-Man. Like, Spider-Man's just a charming story most of the time. It's just like, so the story is basically your best friend came back from treatment, and there's this new villain who's hunting. Literally, like, the villain in this game, Kraven. He does something in the first few hours of the game where you're like, Jesus, this guy is a threat and we need to get rid of him. But I don't want to spoil it because I don't know if any of y'all are interested in Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man. The game does not appeal to me, though.
So you don't mind.
If it ever comes to PC, I might check it out.
You have it.
Yeah, but you can go ahead and spoil. I don't really
So
care.
Craven. So what Craven does? So you know Scorpion from the first game.
I love
Yeah.
Scorpion from the first game. I never played the first game.
Well, I know Kibbs probably played the first game.
I watched someone play through the entirety of the first game, and then I played the game for an hour and went, okay, and then I stopped playing it.
So the main villain. So one of the main villains of 2, he captures Scorpion, fights him, and then kills him.
Not Scorpion. He was my favorite character.
No, dude, this is the worst. Now I'm never buying it.
I'm gonna boycott it.
And then later, in the game, you learn he killed Electro, he killed Vulture, he killed Shocker. Like he's killing. Okay, where's your sarcasm dial? I'm gonna put it back to 0.
Does he chase him to the ends of the earth?
No, he just flat out kills him.
Go on.
But like, no, you learn this motherfucker is killing these villains. Like he doesn't want to like kill them. He wants them to kill him. But he kills them because they didn't kill him.
Like you didn't. You're too bad. L plus ratio.
Literally, he's like, I expected better.
I expected better.
But like you learn later that like he's doing this because he doesn't want his body to kill him because he has a disease. And like it's super interesting. Like I haven't read the comic. I haven't read the comics. FYI, I have my Spider-Man knowledge is Spectacular Spider-Man season 1 and the movies. And but I think that's just a super captivating hook for the villain. Like it's just something more interesting than just I'm evil.
If I have cancer, it's everyone's problem.
Unless your name's Doc Ock, where you made one of the most captivating villains in any video game. But also the combat in this game is improved from the original. I wouldn't say the original gameplay is bad. Like obviously it has swinging and stuff like that. But like playing 2, you go back to 1, it's like wow, I wish I was playing 2 because it feels so much better. Because what 2 does is that 2 has the typical PlayStation customization with games, or just next gen stuff with games. Like you can just optimize it. So in the original, you couldn't do. I don't think you could do fall damage, but in the second game, you could activate fall damage, and you can have auto swing assist off, and it makes the swinging. It makes you like when you master swinging without the auto assist. It makes you feel like a god. Like they added so much more to the swinging mechanic, where it's like. Where you play the first game, you're like, oh, they can't improve it. And the second game, it's like, oh, they improved it, and you can't go back to the original or Miles. Combat has a more action. Like, my main problem with the combat in the first game was that you had these not gadgets, but like special moves like Web Blossom or like Extra Focus that kind of broke it in some sort of way. But in 2, they got rid of those, and it's more so like you have to your main focus is on dodging or parrying, kind of like in hack and slash. Or more so, the best hack and slash like Devil May Cry Royal Guard. And I don't know, it's just kept me captivated. And there's also like abilities, like you can like get the symbiote with Peter and use symbiote powers. Miles is like Venom powers as well, like the Venom Punch or the Venom Smackdown, as I call it. I don't know. Story is also very captivating in Spider-Man 2. Like Harry, MJ, Peter, Miles. Like I don't know. I feel like. If you like Spider-Man, you'll somewhat enjoy this game. Though, Kibbs, you played like 2 hours of the first game. You're probably not going to enjoy it that much.
I still like the gameplay. It's just the gameplay because the story I was really captivated by with the first one, which is why I sat there and watched my buddy play like most of it. But I just don't care to swing around and beat up bad guys.
So you don't like superhero games, is what you're saying?
I've played like 3 superhero games. One of them being Marvel's Avengers. That game is awful.
I just like the memes of them saying the Spider-Man swinging physics from the Avengers games is worse than the Spider-Man swinging physics from the Fortnite thing.
It's so funny because it's true. It's true. No, it's yeah. I'm not typically super big on superhero games. I haven't played very many. The only one I can think of off the top of my head again is like playing Spider-Man 1 for an hour, and then I played way too much of Marvel's Avengers, and by way too much I mean like 4 hours, but still, that's way too much.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we're all gonna day one Suicide Squad, right?
Oh no, no. I mean, if you want,
Sure.
maybe I don't know.
No.
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 Look, it has King Shark, and that's all I need in life. Okay. But if you want to do anything Suicide Squad, just watch the James Gunn movie. That movie's amazing. I don't know. Maybe it's because I love Spider-Man and just I've played so many like superhero games like Marvel's Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
Like I haven't even played the Batman Arkham games, but I'm gonna
Ooh.
play them this year.
I played the 3DS Amazing Spider-Man 2 game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bought it.
How
I
was
bought it.
that?
I bought it alongside Pokemon Conquest. Guess which game I played first?
I'm gonna guess the Spider-Man game. Actually,
It was Spider-Man. I played
Yeah.
Spider-Man first. That was when I was at the peak of my Pokemon hype too. Like,
I wish I picked up Conquest when that was still available.
Just
yeah, I don't have it anymore.
just emulate it.
Yeah, listen, you're preaching to the choir here.
You're gonna have to censor that so we don't go thrown into prison by the Nintendo ninjas.
Bro, fuck Nintendo. I could give two less of a shit. Okay.
I do not have a copy of Pokemon Emerald Rogue on my phone. Please,
wait,
Nintendo, please.
Kibbs. Was
What?
the Amazing Spider-Man 2 on 3DS better than the movie?
This
That's
is
a
a
low bar you're throwing out.
this is a funny question, right?
Yeah.
I'm about to lose all credibility.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Amazing Spider-Man 2 movie.
Get out.
It's awful.
Well,
I'll
hold on.
acknowledge
Okay,
that.
no, hold on. He's cooking. Here, let's hear him out.
But it is endlessly entertaining to me. It's so funny. I'm also just a Spider-Man chill. So especially back then when I watched it, so anything Spider-Man I would 100% just consume. I mean, I bought the Amazing Spider-Man 2 3DS game. Like what else do you expect? But the game was better. It was better than the movie. I think I enjoyed the movie more, but the game is definitely better, you know? Also, Andrew Garfield's hot, so.
I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, he is hot, but like, he needs a better script.
True.
I didn't hate the first one when it came out. I remember actually liking it
I-
back then.
the
It's been
first
a
one-
while since I've seen it.
The first one's fine. It's the second one that's the bad one.
It's really bad, but I love it.
The problem with 2 is that it tries to juggle 3 villains, like 3 major villains.
Yeah, because they were trying to do I'm pretty sure they were just trying to get to a Sinister Six movie.
No,
Yeah.
my brother told me they did that Amazing Spider-Man 2 is basically an advertisement for a bigger Sony Spider-Man universe, which is what would eventually be
Yeah.
Morbius.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is that everything's gotta be a freaking cinematic universe.
Thank you, Marvel. We totally don't hate you now, and we want your movies to fail, like the Marvels, which was one of the biggest box office failures of last year and one of the worst grossing Disney movies ever made. Yeah. But no,
Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5.
Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 5, yeah. But
It's
no,
got 2 Spider-Man in it.
it does have 2 Spider-Man in it. And they
And
feel...
Across the Spider-Verse had way more Spider-Man in it.
It
Just throwing
no,
that
no.
out there.
Spider-Man 2 does have an Across the Spider-Verse Easter egg.
I would imagine.
It also has the Across the Spider-Verse 2, and it plays at less than 24 frames a second. Like the actual movie.
Okay, that's actually kind of hype.
Yeah. It also works for... It also, Peter gets one for like Spider-Man Noir, the one from Into, and it also does the same thing. So I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm Nick Cage, Spider-Man saving the city.
I'm the Spider-Man. I want to play as the guy that was in the deli in the one Spider-Man game. No, the movie. The
Oh, and
with the
Homecoming?
cat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At like the start of the second one, I think.
I want to play that. I want to play the game with that guy.
Yeah.
Was it his whole joke is that everyone thought Peter's aunt was hot?
Probably. I don't know.
I don't know. I need to rewatch the MCU movies. But no, Spider-Man 2, it's really good. If you love the first game, you'll most likely really enjoy. Like, I don't know. It's always a battle between this one and the first one for me because they're just so damn good. Insomniac cooked, honestly. Insomniac's always been cooking, but they cooked with this game.
Mhm.
All right, but here's the thing: the number 3 is bigger than the number 2. And last I
Ooh.
checked at all the award shows this year,
Yeah,
It
but
was
that made
not-
the award shows made
it
less.
was not Spider-Man 2. that
Yeah, Spider-Man
people
2 got
talked
shafted,
about.
and Spider-Man 2 got
But-
shafted, and Reddit freaked out over it.
But what did they talk about instead of Spider-Man 2?
Can I guess?
Yeah.
Sure.
Super Mario Sunshine.
Yup.
These two people are talking about Baldur's Gate 3.
Delfino Plaza.
Delfino Plaza. Best world.
We've never had a better hub since.
Wait. But Mario Sunshine is the second collectathon. So the third collectathon is Odyssey.
No, but
so
it's
that
the
one's
third.
technically
No,
two.
it's the third Mario game though.
Yeah, well, it's actually the third because there was the Mario 64 DD, which never came out.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, y'all are so analytical. Holy shit.
Well, actually, Luigi's Mansion 3.
Oh yeah, Luigi's Mansion came out in between Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine, and that is a 3D game featuring Mario in it.
Knack, just tell me, just tell us what you think of Baldur's Gate 3, please.
Yeah. So I'm only on Act 2 of Baldur's Gate 3.
How many acts are there?
There's 3.
Oh, okay.
Come on, it's Baldur's Gate 3.
Look, I just saw the numbers 70 to 100 hours and said, not now.
Yeah. All right. Time for a hot take. This is a pretty good video game.
No.
No way.
So, yeah. I'm liking it a lot so far. I'm already thinking about my second run that I'm going to be playing with friends, which is, I think, a good.
Oh yeah,
sign
this
of
is
the
a
game.
co-op game as well. That's right.
Yep. So, I picked this up because I played Larian's previous title, Divinity Original Sin 2. Liked that one a lot. Was originally only going to play this as a multiplayer game, but then so many people were saying, oh, this is my new favorite game just ever.
Mhm.
And I'm like, And even now, I'm still like, to that specifically. But it is pretty good. I cannot deny it. Yeah, it's just a good game. Combat is based on D&D 5th edition. Not my favorite tabletop system, but it gets the job done.
I don't know anything about D&D 5th edition or any of that shit.
It's very
I don't
simplified.
prefer it. Yeah.
Look, the only D&D I know is the Essential Kit I haven't opened yet.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's not terrible, but the combat's not really what makes this game for me. It's just kind of everything else. There's so
everyone
much
freaks out
in it.
over the characters. I know that.
The characters are pretty good. I have not finished anyone's quest lines yet, so I'm not like...
Also, some of them have really stupid names in a D&D kind of way.
Well, I mean, what, are you trying to say something mean about my girl Shadowheart? Is there something...
Shadowheart is like the funniest one.
More like Shadow Fart.
Well, I noticed a lot of people, when discussing builds for her, and they want to shorten her name, they call her Shart.
It's really funny.
Shard, that's so clever.
Yeah. Yeah, I was hoping... I mean, there was no way I was going to finish this before we got to it, because I did want to be at least like, oh, I feel like at least one of us should maybe have tried to finish this game
Yeah.
to talk about it, since it was kind of the dark horse of 2023.
Kind of a big deal. Yeah, I've played the game for a total of 6 hours. I encountered like 30 bugs and went, okay, I'm gonna stop playing now, because it got to a point where I got soft locked on like 4 separate occasions and had to stop, had to go reload a different save, and it was just like, okay.
I want to play this game, but the problem is that like I don't. It's so not like it's so big. Not in terms of the game. Like the game's obviously big, but file size.
Oh yeah, it's a big boy.
Like it's like PS5, memory is like with all the games I have on there, even the ones I uninstalled, it would probably like fucking overcap it. Xbox has it on 4 fucking discs.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a massive game. And I definitely want to get to it and finish it at some point.
Like, I am intrigued by it, and
and-
I'm definitely sure I will get my money's worth, because, like,
yeah,
it's 70 to 100 hours, and it's a $70 game, 55 on sale, and I'm like,
that's for a run.
a run? What do you mean, a run?
This is a game that a lot of people are doing multiple playthroughs of.
yeah.
Because again, decisions you cannot experience everything in one playthrough.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So it is like a D&D game.
They did fix a lot of the bugs supposedly that I kind of ran into that like led to soft locks and stuff.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go back to it and I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna have some fun with that.
I haven't encountered any game-breaking bugs. The worst that I've had so far is that I have a couple passives that I'm supposed to be able to toggle off, and I can't, which is a little annoying during times, because I got my Eldritch Blast. It shoots people backwards, and sometimes I don't want to shoot people backwards because I want to loot their body, and they're right next to a cliff. But I can't turn the shooting people backwards part off. So that's mildly annoying, but not like game ruining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's pretty easy. I'm playing on the normal difficulty. I will say that. I did commit what was maybe a gamer license revoking moment in Baldur's Gate for the first couple hours of playing it, where I basically missed like a fundamental mechanic and was making the game way harder for myself than I needed to. So to give a quick breakdown, in combat you have your standard action, you have your bonus action, but you also have a certain amount of movement that you can take during your turn. And the movement is just kind of a thing you can do throughout your turn as long as you have movement left, right? You've got like however many feet your character has, they can move in a turn.
So it's like Fire Emblem. Kind of.
No, because Fire Emblem, you move, then you do your thing.
Wait, no, sorry. I think of... Sorry, not Fire Emblem. Valkyria Chronicles, where you have like a meter of how far you can go in a certain area. And it's like...
Yes.
Okay.
That. So, there's an action in this game called Dash, which consumes your standard action, and it lets you... So you give up your standard action, which is what all your attacks and stuff are typically tied to, but it lets you move double the distance. So I didn't realize that you could just move. I thought you had to dash to actually get movement.
I don't know if that's brain dead or not.
So I thought for the first like 5 hours of the game, I thought you had to burn your standard action just to move. So I'm like, oh, that's weird. But there's a bonus action which is jumping. So I would use that to move around. I'm like, that's strange, but I guess, if that's the rules that everyone plays by, like, because I've played D&D 5e before, but I've never... All the sessions we did weren't with any graphical representation. So I'm just like, did we always just homebrew it? Could you just not move? Is that a thing about 5e? That seems weird, but whatever, I guess. And it just, in one session, at one point just accidentally clicked somewhere and I saw my character move. And in that moment, just is when I realized, I'm just an idiot. And then from that point on, things became really easy because now I had access to my full action economy.
Oh,
That's kind of funny though, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I really should play D&D at some point.
pretty good.
I mean, the only way I can play it now is if I get D&D 5th edition and play it with y'all, but I don't know if that's gonna happen at all. But I am interested in Baldur's Gate 3. It's just that one, it's so big, obviously, but like it's so long. Like,
yeah,
I'm already dedicated to Final Fantasy 14, and that's long as well. But like, I don't know. It's just. Also, I feel like if I want to refund the game, if I'm not into it, I would feel like I wouldn't have enough experience to be like, well, I need to refund it if I'm not. Like, does that make any sense?
Oh yeah, no, you can spend like an hour in the character creator if you.
Oh, I did.
I spent a while just making Knack look beautiful.
An
Nah,
hour?
Dude, okay,
Yes.
your character looks like mine.
Oh, you did a drought too?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
You look
because
the
I spent an
exact
hour
same.
because I was like just playing with my presets, looking at my class options, seeing like before I settled on Warlock. And I was also like I decided I decided at some point I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna look up a build guide. I don't really feel like coming up with a build.
So
I did
funny.
that. But
An
yeah,
hour in the character customization.
Yeah.
you don't have to. but
Okay,
you
so
can.
45 minutes of that, I should say, was spent on the hair.
The hair?
I did
Yeah.
I did spend a lot of time finding a hairstyle I liked.
I even then I'm not like I want more I want to do more with the hair. I need to fix it.
Oh my god.
No, but my guy is so cool.
This is good. This reminds me of Xenoblade X. Because that came out a customization thing as well. But I'm like, I don't know if Baldur's Gate 3 does, but I could give my character voices from other actors. I can make my boy sound like Shulk.
I mean, BG3, you pick a couple voices. That's one thing. Divinity, at least in multiplayer, I don't know if it did this in single player, but your characters would like occasionally talk to each other, and even though it was canned lines, they were saying that in their voices, and that was something that I kind of wish the player character in Baldur's Gate had. But that's not too bad. The voice acting is actually like amazing across the board with the companions. They all have really good performances. And for those at home curious of what my party is who have played the game, I've got Shadowheart, Astarion, and Karlach, and they're all my good friends.
Karlach?
Everyone else stays at the camp and never gets put in the party.
What the kind of name is Karlach?
Well, she's a tiefling. Come on, man.
Yeah, dude, like
Like,
everybody
come
knows.
on, man. She's literally a tiefling. Are you really being like that right now?
I don't even know what that is.
Oh,
Ooh, yeah. He's a lost cause.
Look, if the game's on sale for a price I can withstand and I have enough storage on my PC, I'll probably pick it up.
Yeah,
see,
you should do that.
I was debating on waiting for the Steam sale, and I decided to just take the plunge like a week before the Steam sale, because in my mind I was like, all right, either it's not going to go on sale or it's going to go on sale for like a micro price. And it did go on sale for like a micro price, but at that point I was like, oh, whatever, I don't care. I spent $5 to play it a week earlier than I did. Who cares?
But
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
definitely going to be sinking a lot more time into this one. It's a good game. I don't see it being an all-time favorite for me right now,
Mhm.
but we'll see when those credits roll. Maybe some things will change.
I don't
It is
know.
very good.
But also, I try to beat 14 as well this year, or at least get to the end of the free trial with Stormblood to see if I want to play more of it to do
Now that's
to see if I could get to Shadowbringers, Endwalker, and coming out this year, Dawn Trail. But like, I don't know. It's kind of a big commitment right now for me with what time I have with college, internships, and all that stuff. But yeah,
Listen, this is. I gotta finish BG3 because you know what it's stopping me from doing?
Trails.
Getting back to Trails.
Ooh, I need to get back to Trails. But like Persona 3 Reload's gonna come out in like a week or two, and I'm
Bro, you have like 3 games left to
Once
play.
I-
It's not a
once I-
big deal.
Once I finish this game, it's time to meet a certain Reen Schwartzer that I've heard so much about.
Yo, I
Once
need to commission a picture of Reen. Can you do that?
Okay, I guess that's it on Baldur's Gate 3 talk, unless you two have anything else to say.
I have very little to say, so just
Yeah.
about it in general, yeah.
Oh, you know what? The one more thing I will say, the Underdark looks so sick. That was such a cool looking location.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay, now then, to end off the session, lightning round. Y'all ready?
Is this where we're gonna talk about 30 billion games?
Well,
This is
one,
where I
two,
talk about 0 games, baby.
What?
I'm not on any of these.
1, 2. I did put mention Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh yeah.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom.
Me and kids were
Watch our
talking
other
about
video.
this. Yeah, watch our. But I think me and kids mentioned this. I talked to kids about this a few days ago, where it's like more people are echoing what we've been saying. Like, it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's
'cause
it's a it's a great to good it's a good to great game, but it's like it's not as what's the word I'm looking for? Did I say
your experience is going to be highly dependent on how much you get out of that engineering system.
Yeah, but hold on. I said this to you. Yeah, but
Innovative.
we loved the game at first, but like it got lesser on our minds the more we went through it. That's what I meant to say. Like it's kind of more so. Are you gonna get how much you're gonna get out of engineering and breaking the dungeons with the ascend ability?
Yeah. We do have an entire other video about that where we talk about it for like 4 hours. I don't know if that's true. I think it's like
No.
I
It was 2 hours and like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Where Knack gave his brilliant rant about the ponytail.
That's true.
Honestly, that's why the game's not good. Actually.
Kibbs, you played Paranormal Sight. Any quick thoughts on that?
Yes, it's a little visual novel kind of like horror-esque thing. I'm a sucker for mysteries. I love me a good story, and man, is Paranormal Sight a really good story. It's an actual hidden gem of last year that like nobody talked about it. It made me sad. Because the game is well worth it. It's like $20. Just check it out if you can. Just check it out. It's really good.
Okay. Next is Slay the Princess.
This is another sleeper hit.
Funny because I heard about both of these.
So actually, I'm just gonna leave you with a Steam review that I read. It's the Stanley Parable for girls, and you know what? That's so true. Good. It's good. It's worth it. I recommend checking it out.
Queen.
Yeah. Slay Queen, Slay.
Slay Princess. There we
go. But to roll off the tongue as Slay Queen. Ooh. Okay, now then. Okay, this is one where we both talk about Eternites for a bit.
The game sucks, but it's really entertaining.
It's middling. Bad first impression. Not that good trailers are explaining more about the combat, but once you get further along, it's like the combat opens up more and becomes an actual hack and slash. But the problem is that like you can easily like not break it, but easily get through it just by dodging at the right time.
Yeah, the combat is held together with tape. I swear, it's
like Persona met Kingdom Hearts, but they didn't know how to handle Persona in Kingdom Hearts.
It's a funny game, but it's not good.
I respect Studio Psy for what they were doing, though. I will say that. Yeah, like I see what they were going for. It just didn't pan out as well as I think it should have.
It's it's just a little goofy.
Okay, next Kibbs plays these 3 games. Melon's Journey.
Melon Journey is a game about melons. I actually don't have a lot to say about it. I just played it. You go on a journey. Your name is Cantaloupe, I think. It's a cute little GBA. No, not GBA. Original Game Boy inspired game. It's like everything's all green and it's like it's in the 4:3 aspect ratio, I think is what it is. Yeah, it's cute. It's neat. It's okay.
That sounds like a game Vanna Melon would play.
I don't know. Probably. I don't know who that is.
She's a popular. She's a YouTuber with 1 million subs. Gal Guardians.
Okay, so have you heard of the game Galgun?
Oh, this is one of those.
Oh, isn't that perverted indie creates game?
Yes, and I saw they were making a spin-off that was like Castlevania. And I was like, all right, this is gonna be bad, right? So I bought it, and it was actually a lot of fun. I actually had a blast with the game, and it had some weird moments, but it was surprisingly like only like maybe 10 to 20% of the game was like actively weird. The rest of the game was just solid fun. It was I like a genuine. It's kind of hard to recommend because of what it is, I guess. But it's good. Like I recommend it if you want to play like an older style Castlevania game because it's not really Metroidvania. It's like a level based.
Yeah.
It's worth checking out. It goes on sale a lot because of what it is. So like if you
I've got something similar I played in the past called Rabby Ribby, which is one of those games, but it was also a really fun Metroidvania that my friend bought me.
I gotta know more.
Look it up at you. I mean, it's not
Yes.
anything rancid, but it's definitely not.
10 out of 10. What am I looking at?
It's a Metroidvania bullet hell.
This looks insane. I'll keep an eye on that one. This looks very strange. Okay.
I've played through this and not Hollow Knight.
Honestly,
why?
you're a better man for it. I gotta say.
Oh,
I love Hollow Knight.
I'm gonna play it at some point.
And Kibbs, your final game for the session,
Yes.
not Octopath 2.
This game sucks.
You're like the only person I know who hates this game.
So I played the first one and I really wanted I wanted a lot more out of it. I really liked the concept for a lot of the battle systems, but what I was really keen on, like for the concept, I was like 8 people kind of have their own stories and they all come together and it intertwines, except in the first game it doesn't intertwine. In the second game, it kind of intertwines, I guess. But the characters don't mingle enough for me. And they're all very bland with like 2 exceptions. And the combat is kind of broken. There's like very clearly some like it's very clear that there are just the correct options for characters to use, at least for like 2 of the slots, and then the other 2 you can kind of play around with a bit more. Yeah, it was just disappointing. I wanted more from it. I want an Octopath Traveler game where all of the 8 stories actually kind of feel like they truly intertwine, and even if they don't intertwine, then like have the characters interact in more meaningful ways, because they added in like little side stories where a couple characters interact with each other and you do like a little side quest, and like sometimes it was neat, but most of the time it was just kind of forgettable schlock, and I was just like but maybe they'll get it right with Octopath Traveler 3.
I just saw the main character in the trailers and I went, that looks like Noah from Xenoblade 3.
Which main character?
The one with the samurai with
There's
the red clothes.
8.
The one with the samurai with the red clothing. With the black ponytail.
I don't remember. Oh, that guy. Yeah. I forgot. I don't like that guy. He's stupid.
He kind of looks like Noah from Xenoblade 3.
I want to hit him with a frying pan.
That'd be funny if his name was Noah, though.
His name is like George or something. I don't know. I don't remember any of the characters' name except Temenos and hold on, Oswald. That's it, because he has a line where he just goes thinking time, and I heard it like 2 billion times. He forever stayed in my party because I think he was the one I like started off with, and so I played Octopath 2 alongside a couple of my buddies. And we would constantly just go thinking time whenever someone was like, hold on. And so my buddy Jared and I we played, we have similar opinions to Octopath 2 of like it could have been more. He enjoyed it far more than I did. And then one of my other buddies was like, this is one of the greatest RPGs to come out in 2023. And I'm just like, it's all right. It's
yeah,
okay.
I saw people gassing this game up hard when it came out.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I do not understand it. I'm glad people love it as much as they do, but I want to see what they see.
They gassed this up, but not Xenoblade Peak 3 Future Redeemed. I'm disappointed in this world.
Ooh, okay, we'll talk about that one.
Let's save that for
that one next time.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about it next time.
But I can't talk about these 3 games. Okay, Party Animals. Have y'all heard about this one?
Yeah, I heard of it. It's made by the Konami.
Is it made by Konami? Hold on, let me check. I don't know.
I'm just thinking of a different one.
Party Animals.
No.
Developer Recreate Games.
Wait,
no.
what's that? There's a Konami party game that came out this year.
Well, so Party Animals is a multiplayer battle royale-esque game. Well, I would say battle. You're not
Kinda
playing.
reminded me of Gang Beasts. Looking at it, is it the same people?
I don't know what Gang Beasts is.
I mean, Gang Beasts.
But I play this game because me and my friends were like, hey, we're gonna do some game nights with this one. I'm like, hey, it's $20, sure, why not? I have about, I think, 5 hours in it at the moment. I'm pretty sure. No, 4 hours. Okay, but it's not like the most deep multiplayer game I ever played. You're just like cute, goofy animals beating the shit out of each other. Trying to kill each other. That's literally the thing you're getting. You're just trying to throw them off like the bridge or the plane, or just throw them in the water and let them drown, or like swim to the tide of the. It's just killing each other basically, the game, and it's just stupid. Just seeing
looking at the gameplay, this is just like Gang Beasts.
just seeing a cat, a dog headbutt a unicorn. It's just something so funny about that. It's just kind of stupid fun. Then I played Gravity Shortcut. Now, Knack, I told you about this game.
Yeah, I have it.
Ooh, I need to get that.
Why
I
haven't you
haven't played it yet, but I have it.
I am disappointed in you because it's the best Mega Man X game since X4. Or Zero, as people are saying it is, basically. I mean, it kind of is Zero with the close quarters combat with the...
Well, I like Zero more than I like X, so that's a good sign.
Well, I mean, Zero's more consistent than X, I'll give you that.
I mean, I just like his gameplay.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know, I just find X at the highest of X to be better than Zero. But I don't know, Gravity Circuit, it's just your fun Mega Man S game, and I don't know, when I played it, I was like, man, I kind of want more games like this. I kind of want more budget platform. It's not the most budget thing. It's not $5. It's like 15, I think, or 14, or 16. I'm not sure. It's below $20. That's all I know. And I don't know, it's just really fun to go through these levels at high speeds, punching things, grabbing the... It does the fucking rescue Reploids mechanic better than X5, X6, or X7. I don't know, it's just classic, it's just your good old fashioned Mega Man X or Mega Man Zero. It's really fun. Wait, Knack, did you play this game did you pick it up on consoles or PC?
I have it on PC.
Okay, because if you pick it up on console, it doesn't have the recent patch that the PC version has. Just to let you know.
Yeah, I threw it on my wish list after you told it to me, and then someone just got me it for Christmas, so I'm gonna play it at some point.
And my final one is Sonic Dream Team, the Apple Arcade game.
Every time I see this, I think of Sonic Dream Collection, and I have a feeling it's probably not Sonic Dream Collection.
What is Sonic Dream Collection?
Look it up on your own time.
I'm gonna just look. Oh no! Oh no! I know what you're talking about. No!
It's by the Neon White developer, by the way.
Wait, we're talking about the same collection where Sonic has intimate intercourse.
Yep, that's the one.
Uh-huh.
By the Neon White guy.
Oh no, I'm not gonna ask anymore. No, I'm just gonna
send you a video after this, Kibbs, to show you what he's talking about.
Sure.
But no, Dream Team is not whatever Knack just said. We're gonna no.
See, how was Dream Team?
Dream Team was really good, actually. Like, it's not worth an Apple Arcade subscription, I feel, but I have the app. Well, if you have the Apple Family Plan, you have Apple Arcade already. But I don't know. It was just really fun. It does some things better than the mainline titles, but it's held back by it being Apple Arcade, which Apple is mostly well known for iPads and phones, not Apple TV. So it's more so catered to the phone and iPad audience than Apple TV. I don't know. It sounds so fucking weird when I say it, but it was really fun. It's just kind of monotonous. But it does have some of the core. It's funny because like it has Ian Flynn and it has like the 2010s cast. It has Ian Flynn for the writing. Like it's just your typical Sonic romp. It's better than. I'd say it's my least favorite Sonic game that came out this year, but it was pretty good. And so we will continue this journey next session in like 5 years.
Yeah, whenever we get everyone together, hopefully soon. You know.
I want to talk about the game where you roll up the ball.
I want to talk about a lot of games actually.
There's
A lot.
you still have the list. There's still so much left.
Yeah.
It's a stacked year.
Yeah. No, it was a crazy stacked year.
Hey guys, it's been less than 4 hours. Let's go.
Let's go. I can't wait to talk about Fire Emblem. I love Fire Emblem.
Oh, that's the first one for next. Oh.
Is it? Yeah, let's go. I love Fire Emblems. Join us for Fire Emblem next time where I talk about my Colgate Queen.